The Cubbies are in town. The young Cubs trying to make their way through the National League Central, trying to turn around over a century of futility. Cubs think they have it dialed up, and the Mets will get a first-hand look this weekend. At Citi Field in New York, the New York Mets play the Chicago Cubs. Have a pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome to Citi Field. Gary Cohen, Keith Hernandez, Ron Darling with you tonight as the Mets open a 4-game series against the Chicago Cubs. These are two young teams that are trying to build for the future. The Mets through their young pitching, and the Cubs, who've had 3 straight 90-loss seasons, are trying to build through their position players. Some of them have already made it to the big leagues for Rick Renteria and are making their mark.
Well, 6 Cubs have made their major league debut this season. 10 rookies overall on the roster thus far this season. But their big star is Anthony Rizzo, who is this year has made a big leap. 27 home runs, and they say the reason why he's got on top of the plate. Last year he had trouble with the breaking ball and left-handers in particular. This year he's hitting over 300 against left-handers, and he's handling the breaking ball. So that's the big improvement. And you got Javier Baez, the kid that's got everybody talking around Major League Baseball. In 10 games, his first 10 games, 4 home runs and 7 RBI, and that's him right there. And he is someone that does not get cheated at the plate. So the Cubs have a reason to look forward. Evidently, they got some young players down in the minor leagues that are even better than this bunch.
Guys like Chris Bryant and Jorge Soler, who may be here later this year or next year. As for the Mets, it's their young pitching, and this year it's been Zach Wheeler developing by leaps and bounds. And the last couple of starts, even though he has not been at his best command-wise, he's been able to survive.
You know, still it's been impressive. His last 8 starts, he's 4-0. And last year, over 8 starts, Harvey was 5-0. And that tells me something, because when Harvey was not going to make it this season, it put a lot of pressure on this young man. And you know what's been great about it? Watching him, he's developed and gotten better and better with every start. And if he doesn't have his great stuff, he still somehow finds a way to go 6+ innings and stay in the game. It's been very impressive.
He had a terrific start against the Cubs at Wrigley Field earlier this year, resulting in a no decision. Mets and Cubs open a series on a Friday night at Citi Field. Come on back, all the action on SNY. Brought to you by Bud Light Lime, the perfect beer for whatever happens. By Wise, game time is crunch time with an all-star lineup of Wise snacks. By Bob's Discount Furniture, proud to be the furniture store of the New York Mets. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote. And by Heineken, open your world. You can follow every Mets game with MLB.com at bat on your favorite mobile phone or tablet. Get live look-ins, instant replay, scores, stats, audio, free MLB.tv game of the day, and more. Download on the App Store or visit Mets.com today. Time for tonight's AT&T fan photo of the game. Tweet or Instagram your photo using hashtag SNYFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown later tonight during the game. Which brings us to the Mets' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Honda. This is the first of 4 between the Mets and Cubs. We're on Pix 11 tomorrow night, back on SNY Sunday afternoon. After the Monday game, the Mets head out to the West Coast, 2 in Oakland, 3 in Los Angeles on their next road trip. Zach Wheeler, last 8 starts, 1.93 ERA. Tries to keep the good times rolling tonight against the Cubs. First pitch coming up. Chevrolet, proud sponsor of the New York Mets. Zach Wheeler, 25th start of the year. Sorry, he got 140 innings under his belt. And there's the Hyundai starting lineup to face him. Chris Coghlan, the former National League Rookie of the Year, has been red hot. So has Ryan Sweeney, who gets the start in right field tonight. Chris Valaika, a spot start at third base. Baez, Rizzo, Castro, the young stars for this Chicago team, along with Arizmendi Alcantara, converted infielder, who's been holding down center field.
You know, let's look at these Caesars numbers and pick out the numbers I really like. 3.53 ERA, very, very good. 129 hits on 140 and a third innings. That's good, too. And those 135 strikeouts puts him right where he belongs. Strikeout pitcher.
And the Metropolitan defense, brought to you by Lexus. Eric Campbell in left field today, the left-hander. It's his first start out there in a while. He's been basically first base. But Lucas Duda's got that anchored down. And, of course, Wilmer Flores is getting every opportunity to show his wares. And Travis d'Arnaud has just been very consistent since his return.
Wheeler's last start, he had a 6-1 lead against the Phillies. Had that 14-pitch at bat against Jimmy Rollins in the 7th that probably tired him a little bit. They got a couple of runs against him in the 7th, and he left with a 6-3 lead, but the bullpen was unable to nail it down.
One of the rare games here since the end of May that the bullpen has not done its job.
Well, that was the only game the Mets lost in Philadelphia in a 4-game series. Then they came home and got blown away 3 straight games by the Nationals, hoping for better times from the Cubs. Eric Hinske is the first base coach. Gary Jones, the third base coach for the Cubs.
Hinske, the 2002 Rookie of the Year for the Toronto Blue Jays. And every team he played with seemed to always go to the postseason.
He won 3 World Series in a row, didn't he?
No, I think
at
2.
Least 2.
Oh, 07 and with the Red Sox, 09 with the Yankees. Not many people have done that, by the way.
Chris Coghlan will lead things off. Coghlan, part-time player for most of the year. Mets played the Cubs 2.5 months ago and got swept at Wrigley Field. Coghlan at that time was struggling, but in that series hit a big home run against Josh Edgin to tie a game, and he's been hot ever since. And Wheeler's first pitch is at his feet for ball 1. Coghlan hit the home run in the game Wheeler started. Wheeler went 6 2/3, matched up against Jake Arrieta, and allowed just 2 hits. Did not allow a run, but wound up with a no decision against Chicago. If you remember, that series in Chicago came right on the heels of the 5-game series the Mets played in Philadelphia end of May, early June, when they played the 57 innings in 5 games, and the Mets were spent. They went to Chicago, got swept, went to San Francisco right after that, and got swept by the Giants. And Wheeler fires a fastball in for a strike, 1-2. Coghlan over the last 39 games hitting .345, a guy whose career has taken a large downturn since his Rookie of the Year 5 years ago. And the curveball got him. Wheeler with the hook strikes out Coghlan, 1 away.
Well, one of the things, if you had any criticism of Zach, is that his ability to put hitters away. This is nasty. Late breaking slider after a fastball beat on the outside corner.
Well, we'll get to the cold hard facts, Gary. Go ahead.
Well, there they are. Last 8 starts, he's been dominant. The walks are still high, and that's still the concern because he throws too many pitches per batter, too many pitches per inning, and that keeps him from getting deeper into games. In fact, Zach in all of those starts has gone at least 6 and less than 7 innings. And the key is to get him to the point where he can get through the 7th and the 8th. Javier Baez, his 11th big league game, 21-year-old who was born in Puerto Rico. And he's been chasing a lot just like that.
They're going to find that out real quick. I think he's the kind of guy that I watched him take BP, and we've also watched on the highlights. He's got 4 home runs in his first 10 games, as we said in the open. But he does not get cheated, and I think he's going to be a guy that you can go up the ladder and down the ladder like that.
Brian Anderson, who does play-by-play for the Brewers, our friend, said he's never seen a human being swing harder than Javier Baez. Just saw them in a 4-game set.
Well, that leaves you vulnerable to the strikeout.
And he strikes out on the curveball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wheeler to start his night.
Well, this is what I look for from Zach, Ronnie. He's got the great fastball. He's been erratic with the breaking ball. And his since this run here, where he started to turn it around and become more consistent, this is the pitch he's been getting over a lot better. And it's a good one.
So 2 out and nobody on, and Wheeler will face Anthony Rizzo with the bases empty. Rizzo 27 home runs, second to Giancarlo Stanton in the National League after hitting 23 a year ago. And he takes the first pitch outside, ball 1. Now that in and of itself is an interesting pitch because 11 of Rizzo's 27 home runs have come on the first pitch. And Wheeler falls behind him 2-0. Rizzo at age 25, just turned 25 last week, has established himself as one of the young stars in this league. This has been his best year. And Wheeler throws a slider on 2-0 and falls behind 3-0.
Well, there's the home runs right there, the National League leaders. And this is the guy they've been waiting for. We heard more than a few years ago this was the guy that was going to be their big star, and it hasn't come quickly for him.
Swings on 3-0 and swings right through the fastball. 3-1.
And that's a 3-0 swing right there.
First drafted by the Red Sox, traded to San Diego for Adrian Gonzalez, traded to the Cubs for Andrew Cashner. And now a 3-2 count. So Theo Epstein started out with Rizzo, and he winds up with Rizzo. Two out and nobody on. 3-2 coming to Rizzo. Popped it up. Long run out for Flores over the shoulder. Gets there. Side retired. Wheeler has himself a 1-2-3 opening inning. Mets come to bat against Travis Wood in the bottom of the first with no score. Eric Campbell in left field. Lucas Duda has now earned the right to play against most left-handers. Matt Dendecker waiting for that right, so Campbell gets the nod tonight against Travis Wood, who has really been struggling the last couple of months.
You know, his first 14 starts he was 7-5, but his ERA was 4.5. His last 10 he's 0-4. His ERA is 5.5. But his ERA has still been high even when he was winning ball games, but it's gone the other way for him. 7-9 now.
He had a Houdini-like effort against the Mets in Chicago first time around. 5 walks, 4 hits in 5 innings, but only 2 runs. Curtis Granderson leads off against him. And the first pitch in for a strike. Granderson just 1 for his last 19, has seen his average slip to 224 for the year, and is on base down to 328. Pulls one foul, and it's 0-2. Daniel Murphy to follow, and then David Wright in the opening inning. That's were held to just 4 runs in their 3 games against Washington, hoping to hit the reset button in this series. And the cutter misses outside 1 and 2.
I thought it was interesting. Terry Collins said when Granderson was going well, he laid off all the borderline pitches. He feels like he's swinging at those right now.
During his hot streak, he was walking an enormous amount. Hits this one well to left center. Back in the gap goes Coghlan, though, and gets there at the edge of the warning track. Haven't seen a lot of balls hit in that direction by Granderson this year.
And we'll take a look at the Coors Light Cubby Big D. And there is Mendy Alcantara in center field. Really an infielder, as Gary mentioned. He's playing center field. Baez is the new young man over there at second base. And Castillo has been around for a bit. Still the everyday catcher for the Cubbies.
That's Wellington with 1 L.
I asked you if it had a G in it. You said, I think so. But I had the 2 L's.
Castillo with 2 L's.
I wouldn't have made it through the spelling bee. I would have got donged. You're out.
Daniel Murphy 1 for 4 last night, 150 hits for the year. And Wood quickly ahead of him 0-2. Murphy hitting a .303, 8th in the National League. 33 doubles, 4th in the league. '27-year-old Travis Wood fires outside.
Very sorry, Gare. Just want to make a note here. Very shallow in left field with Murph Coughlin over there.
Wood was an all-star last year with the Cubs. And a decidedly different season this year. All you have to do is look at his whip, walks and hits per innings pitched. Last year 1.14. This year 1.53. That's very high.
It's hard to make it that way.
I mean, he's given up 151 hits in 139 innings. That's high. But he's also allowed the second most walks in the league, 61 walks.
It's a lot of base runners.
Started out with the Reds. Now in his 5th big league season. 3-2. And Murphy pops one up. Valleca, the third baseman, into foul ground. And that's the second out.
You folks at home, the whip, if you think about it, forget about the numbers. Every pitcher, maybe other than Kershaw and Felix Hernandez, every pitcher has people on base. But the more people you have on base, the harder it's going to be for you to have a good year. And when you're at 1-5 or over, that means you have guys in first and second, bases loaded all game long. And it's hard to keep these good hitters from getting that big hit occasionally.
Well, it's hard for the pitcher to keep making the pitch to get the outs.
Here's David Wright with 2 out and nobody on. David riding a 13-game hitting streak. He's hitting .315 over those 13 games, but only 1 extra base hit during that span. And he pops it up. Baez with the angle, and he makes a nice grab to retire the side. So Travis Wood has himself a 1-2-3 inning. The rookie Baez having to reach back for it. Nicely done to get Wood through the inning. No score after 1. With no score, Starlin Castro leads off for the Cubs. Castro hitting at .285, 12 home runs, 62 driven in, and takes the first pitch slider for a strike from Wheeler. Castro in his 5th big league season at age 24 already has 828 big league hits. Went to his 3rd All-Star game this year. The Cubs, if you haven't figured it out already, have got a wealth of young, talented middle infielders with Baez and Castro. Wellington Castillo, the catcher, on deck. Alcantara, who's a middle infielder who they've converted now to the outfield. And maybe the best of them all, Addison Russell, whom they acquired from Oakland in the deal for Jeff Samardzija, who's tearing it up at Double-A.
Addison Russell, who I've heard described as an Andrelton Simmons kind of shortstop. High praise.
So the question is, what do they do with all that middle infield talent? Chopper over the mound. Tough play for Murphy. And Castro is able to beat it out. So an infield hit for Castro, the first base runner for either side.
Little Baltimore chop. Murph does all he can do with it. Strong throw, just too much speed from Castro. No doubt.
It's funny, they always say you can't have too much pitching, but they never say that about middle infield.
Well, it makes you think that at some point they're going to deal one, and the Mets, you have to think, are a perfect trading partner for the Cubs because the Cubs are looking for pitching, and the Mets have a wealth of young pitching while the Cubs have a wealth of young middle infield talent. Here's Wellington Castro, the catcher, hitting a .235. Castro's played parts of 5 seasons with the Cubs and now has established himself as the #1 catcher. By the way, Starlin Castro with that infield hit now is a 14-game hitting streak. Laced into center field, and Castillo's got a base hit. So back-to-back hits for the Cubs to start the second.
Well, the same you can say for Castillo, Keith, just going right up the middle. But they talked about Castro in this streak, and he said he's just hitting the ball up the middle and to the right side. Same here by Castillo.
That was a great slow motion shot of that ball coming off the bat. See the rotation of the ball. That was very nice.
So here's the rookie center fielder, Arizmendi Alcantara. This is his 32nd start with the Cubs. He's 22 years old. Switch hitter, hitting left-handed against Wheeler, who finds himself in an early jam. And Wheeler and d'Arnaud having some communication problems. First time with a runner at second.
No, I wouldn't say here because it's a bunt situation. It's not. But that's part of his game, so you never know. Could happen.
Tonight's Twisted But True Fact is brought to you by Twisted Tea, the hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. Mark Twain was alive during the Cubs' last World Series run.
Of course he was.
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Geronimo.
You can put Wyatt Earp in there too.
That's not Cesar Geronimo. Curveball from Wheeler misses. No, 106 years and counting since the Cubs' last World Series title. 69 years and counting since their last World Series appearance in 1945. Running out of people who've even been alive for that. But they are certainly on the upswing. Alcantara trying to push the bunt toward third, but it goes foul. 1-1.
Alcantara has 28 hits on this young season for him. As just a recent call up, only hitting .219 coming into this game, but of those 28 hits, 11 are for extra base hits. 7 doubles, a triple, and 3 home runs.
Now you have to know in your head, if you're Zach Wheeler, if you get a bunt right back to you, you don't have to go to third base. You have the catcher running at first. You could get out at second if you're not sure about third. Castro's got some speed at second.
And again, Alcantara fouls it off, and now it's 1-2.
Well, I just don't understand early in the game when you got a young kid hitting 6th in your order, which is an RBI spot, and I don't care if he's hitting 219. Where are the Cubs going? Let him swing the bat.
And also, he's got the speed to beat out a double play ball.
I'm with you. I felt it in my bones that they were going to let him bunt.
Early in the game, late in the game, maybe.
David's still playing in like he's expecting a 2-strike bunt. That would be hard to fathom. And he swings and misses at the fastball, and Wheeler has his 3rd strikeout. So Alcantara overmatched there after fouling off the 2 bunt attempts.
Well, Wheeler now has a strikeout via the slider, curveball, and now the high fastball.
Oh, and that qualifies as a Cholula, a flamethrower.
We're going to get better as the night goes on. We're going to get into that. What was that last one we had, Gary?
Poblano pepper.
Oh, we'll get there.
What do you need for a Poblano? Is that
You're around 98? Yeah.
There's Ryan Sweeney, who's been hot with the bat, playing right field tonight. Last time the Mets saw the Cubs, they had Nate Scherholtz playing right field, and Scherholtz, in fact, had a game-winning hit in the game Wheeler started, but he's been released. Sweeney getting the start, his 42nd of the year. He's been hot, 414 over his last 10 games.
It's taking some time, isn't it, today with Wheeler and d'Arnaud to get to the right pitch.
And again, d'Arnaud will head out to talk to Wheeler. Are they having trouble with their signs, Ronnie?
It's a couple things. Yeah, they're having troubles with their signs and also getting to the right pitch. It's taking d'Arnaud some time to get to where Wheeler wanted to go. He went through curveball, slider, changeup, finally went back to the fastball. That really, it's tough on your tempo. It really is.
Oh, 0-2 to Ryan Sweeney. Goes upstairs with the fastball. Sweeney, 29 years old, with his 4th major league team. Cubs just split 4 with the first place Brewers, but they struck out a lot. Mike Fiers struck out 14 in 6 innings against the Cubs yesterday. Curveball fouled off. Fiers looks like he could be a very important piece for the Brewers going down the stretch.
Have you watched him throw? He throws straight over the top like Iron Mike. Has a great angle.
Style?
Yes, just like that.
But
a little more on the ball.
Yeah.
Sweeney's a good name in baseball. Mike Sweeney was that power hitter for the Kansas City Royals. Mark Sweeney was an excellent player. Here, Ryan.
One-two. Struck him out. High fastball. Back-to-back strikeouts for Wheeler after a couple of hits. 2 out.
Well, we're almost through the lineup here, and what I've seen is a lot of uppercutting. Cubs are a power hitting club. They're the top 5 team in home runs this year in the National League as a team, and they're all uppercutters. And with that high gas, the Cholula, high gas. Nope.
It's 2 Cholulas in the inning.
Yep. And that should be a big weapon for Wheeler.
Good bounce pass there, Keith.
Here is Chris Valaika, former Miami Marlin, getting the start tonight at third base. Just his 5th start for the Cubs, and he takes a strike. Luis Valbuena is the regular third baseman for the Cubs. He's a little under the weather, and he's been scuffling, and so Rick Renteria plans to sit Valbuena down tonight and tomorrow.
Valbuena's in a 1-for-22 though right now, so
Valaika getting the call. 2 on and 2 out. And the curveball misses badly. 1-1. Valaika hitting 8th in the order. Travis Wood hitting 9th. They could have easily gone the other way.
Well, Valaika is 0-for-11 against right-handers.
I mean, Wood is one of the best hitting pitchers in baseball. Saw him hit a home run against the Mets earlier this year.
He, Madison Bumgarner, Mike Leake, maybe Giovanni Gallardo might include in that group.
Get all that movement by Valaika.
Yeah, he sure does. always like that Cubby road uniform. Don't like their homers. I like their roadies.
Did you like it when they wore the powder blues on them?
No, they were awful. They were awful.
Yes, they were. 1-2 to Valleca. And he fouls off the fastball at 97. Almost reaching Poblano status. But this is the deal with Wheeler. 33 pitches now with 2 out in the second inning. He's averaged 17.4 per inning this year. Only 3 pitchers in the major leagues have averaged more pitches per inning, which of course makes it hard to go deep into games. 1-2. Struck him out. 3 consecutive strikeouts for Wheeler after back-to-back base hits. Zach with 5 Ks in the first 2 innings. No score at Citi Field. For the Mets in a scoreless game, and Steve Gelbs is standing by with one of the best left-handers in Mets history. Steve?
That I am, Gary, here with John Matlack, taking in his second ever game at Citi Field. So I know it's game number 2, John, but is it still strange for you to see the Mets playing not in Shea Stadium?
It is a little different, no question about it.
All right, so, but you did tell me you love the ballpark. Beautiful place.
Ballpark is gorgeous.
All right, so we're going to get into your playing days in just a second, but certainly you have been a baseball lifer, and I know you have a lot of thoughts on pitchers today. Let's start off with the pitch count, okay? What are your thoughts on the way that the managers and management utilizes pitch counts this day and age?
Well, I think in large part it's probably safe for most guys, but I think you also could curtail certain guys who might be very capable of pitching much deeper in the ball games and handling a lot more innings over the course of the season by putting everybody in the same pigeonhole.
Lucas Duda pops this one up. Going to be 1 out in the inning as he pops out into right field. So what you're saying basically, John, just so I get you straight, is that you think that these guys, by pigeonholing all of them and blanket statements saying you've got 100 pitches, you're curtailing some guys and what they could do?
Well, I think there's no question there's certain guys that are very capable of pitching farther into ball games than that, and subsequently that's going to add up to more innings over the course of the year.
What about the recent rash of Tommy John surgeries? Does that have anything to do with pitch counts? Maybe these guys not pitching as much as you did back in the day?
I don't know if it's really that. I think guys pitching to the radar gun will strain themselves a little bit more trying to get that extra velocity. I think also growing up, guys in my era tend to play a lot more sandlot ball. We developed over years and years and years of throwing, and I think today's guys probably do a lot less than that. and now they try and do it in the weight room.
All right, well, let's talk about your era, and specifically when you came up with the Mets, 1972, and you are pitching with the likes of Tom Seaver and Jerry Koosman. As a young pitcher coming up, how exciting was that, and what did you learn from guys like that?
Well, it was very exciting, and it ended up being a godsend because they put my locker right in between Tommy and Jerry, so I had the wealth of information on either side of me, and they were very forthcoming with any information you might need.
Travis Thorneau singles into center field, so your locker was in between Koosman and Seaver. By design, I'm assuming that was how it went.
Nobody ever told me, but looking back on it, probably yes.
All right, let's talk about that 1973 season. You got to believe. Let's start with that moment, actually. Tug McGraw has become legendary because of it, but how do you remember that specific moment being in the clubhouse?
Well, I can't tell you exactly how it came about, but Tug was very outward and verbose about it, the "gotta you believe" and the slapping the glove on his leg, and it was something that from that moment on continued as part of the way he approached every day, and it really ignited the clubhouse.
What was it about that team when you look back now, maybe something in the DNA, that allowed them to continue to believe despite being in last place in August and was able to make that run to the World Series in '73?
I don't know what it was really per se, except that during the course of the season, everybody in the division didn't really play all that well, and nobody really ran away with it, so nobody had gotten out of sight. We ended up in first place because we had our best run when it counted.
When you look at that run, you had plenty of big moments. The 1973 championship series for you, you go up against the Big Red Machine, and I believe you only gave up 2 hits in that game. Is that your best moment maybe in a Mets uniform?
Might well be. I know it certainly ranks up there, and, you know, damn, Andy Costco was the only guy with a couple of singles, or I might have had a really special day.
All right, now I want to ask you about that, because you were telling me this off air as Eric Campbell lines out 2 outs in the inning for the Mets, but you were saying that the day before you were the one that was keeping track of Seaver's start, correct? Tell everybody what you just told me about what your thoughts were after that start.
Well, I had charted the game, and I think if memory serves, Tommy had struck out 15 guys, given up not too many hits. He gave up a couple of solo home runs. We lose 2-1, and I'm reviewing the chart in preparation for my start, and I'm going, how do you pitch any better than this? How am I going to beat these guys? It was a little disconcerting at the time.
Disconcerting, but you were able to do that. John Matlack, thanks so much for the time. Enjoy the rest of the game.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right, guys, back to you.
A truly stylish left-hander, John Matlack. He was a pitcher who was very fun to watch because he had such a great classic delivery.
Classic delivery. He had that front shoulder that kind of raised up, hit the ball, and then he would come over the top. 4 shutouts in his rookie year, and he was talking about pitch counts and the such. In that 72 season when he won the Rookie of the Year, only pitched 244 innings.
A little different then. Waldagaris up with 2 out and a runner at first.
I got to spend some time with John 2 days ago, and you know, he has been away from baseball for a couple of years. He should get back in. I learned so much about being a pitching coach in the minor leagues, how to deal with young pitchers in a half hour than I've heard from anyone in a long time.
Darno at first and 2 down. And Lagares fouls it off. Now, John would have been with the Texas Rangers when they drafted you, right?
He was with the Texas Rangers. My first spring training, in fact, he was with the Rangers. He was one of their starting pitchers. And of all the older pitchers in that locker room, he was really the only guy that was very nice to me the entire time of spring training. Those days, you know, they didn't treat you very well. That's part of what it was. Right. But John couldn't help himself. He's a gentleman, and he was as nice to me as anyone's ever been in the game.
Who were the other starters in that rotation?
Doc Medich was one of the guys in the rotation. I remember, I won't name the guys, but all the starters were on the right field foul pole during batting practice and spring training. No one was out in the field while the hitters were hitting. So I go out to center field, and they come out, they walk out, they say, listen, we don't shag. You're doing all the shagging by yourself. So I hit the shag the whole field by myself.
They gave you the business.
Oh, they did.
Was Honeycutt on that team?
Honeycutt was on that team. Charlie Huff.
Ferguson Jenkins.
Ferguson Jenkins.
Well, Fergie shouldn't have to set shag.
Yeah, exactly.
Danny Darwin. Who was on that staff?
There was
Danny Darwin was a decent pitcher.
He got better as he went along.
He came over to the Cubs or Houston.
Houston got him.
Lagares has worked from 0-2 to 3-2. Darno will be running, and Lagares fouls it back.
Danny Darwin had a mound presence. When you were out there, you thought at any time you could put one right in your ribs. That's how he looked on the mound.
I remember him with Houston being a real competitor, and he battled you.
Eighth pitch of the at bat coming from Wood to Lagares, and he pops one up. Baez out, Sweeney in. Sweeney makes the grab, side retired. 3 fly ball outs for Travis Wood in that second inning. Zach Wheeler heads back to the mound for the third with no score. Steelers and the all-new Audi A3. Zach Wheeler worked around a couple of base hits in the second inning. He struck out 5 over the first 2 innings against a Cubs team that struck out 77 times in their just completed 7-game homestand. Travis Wood, one of the best hitting pitchers in baseball, will lead off. Has 3 home runs this year, one of them against the Mets.
It's amazing how many pitchers we've seen this year, Zach Wheeler being one of them, that hit from the other side.
Left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter. And his reputation precedes him. Zach starts him out with a curveball. Wood, then Coughlin and Baez for the Cubs in the third. And that curveball misses. 2-0. And Zach has been throwing a lot of curveballs early in this game.
Those are the first 2 that he kind of slowed his motion down, though.
His arm speed slowed down in that last one, definitely.
And that's a case of the pregame meeting. This guy can hit. You know what? He can hit, but he ain't that good. Not for his stuff.
What you're saying is you're not facing Babe Ruth.
Yeah, I mean, he's a pitcher still. I know he's had a good year. I know he can hit. But Zach Wheeler, top of the food chain. Just throw that fastball down, you'll be fine.
Instead, he walks the leadoff hitter as Wood is aboard to start the third. First walk given up by Wheeler, who had really lowered his walk numbers until these last 2 starts. In Philadelphia, he struggled with his command a little bit and walked 3. The previous start, he walked 4.
To me, it's concentration walk, a lack of concentration. You know, there's no way you should walk a pitcher there on 5 pitches. There's just no way. Not with his stuff.
I used to always get upset at first base when those pitchers walk pitchers.
I mean, how can you not? It's a cardinal sin.
Be mumbling under my breath.
Just under your breath?
You could hear it.
Not shocking. He thinks he's talking under his breath here when we can all hear him. Well, Wheeler again starting out Coughlin with a curveball, so it's bounced foul 1-2.
Well, the two best hitting pitchers, and I think Ronnie will agree with me, that I ever saw, and one was better than the other, not much, because he had more power, was Donnie Robinson and Rick Rhoden, and were both on that pirate rotation. Donnie Robinson, Chuck Tanner used to pinch hit him. How would you like to be the 20, backup infielder? Mario Mendoza, you'd use Robinson over him. I don't blame him.
It's not a Mendoza line for nothing.
I think Rick Rhoden at one point was used to DH, wasn't he?
Yes, he was for the Yankees.
Donnie Robinson was just looked like an everyday player when he swung the bat.
I think at one time he hit 6th in the order for either the Pirates or the Giants. Coughlin pops one up, should be playable for right in foul ground. One away. So 1 out and 1 on. Now Wheeler will face Javier Baez. Well, it's interesting you talk about Wheeler maybe slowing down his motion on his curveball. We've got a special plan for tonight to get a little better look at Zach Wheeler and exactly what he's doing. And our plan is to send the two of you down to the front row behind home plate.
Oh, cool.
Where we've rigged out a whole setup for you. We've got a cameraman, we've got microphones.
Looks like the pilot and co-pilot.
like in airplane. The automatic pilot.
I'll try not to speak and have to be translated.
I see Pete's down there. Hi, Pete.
That's our cameraman. Baez struck out his first time up. And he hits one sharply up the middle for a base hit. Wood is going first to third on Lagares, and the throw not in time, and down to second goes Baez.
Wow, nicely done.
How many pitchers do you think would try that? Travis Wood going first to third on Lagares.
Oh, he's got to run. The play's in front of him. And he takes the Pepsi challenge here. And he's in there. He beats it, and very much heads up by Baez on the back end. Wood here showing some speed. I tell you what, he can run.
No, he's got great speed. He had a triple in his first year against the Mets, and when he turned second, you were like, what is he thinking?
Just got in. That's close.
But he beat it easily in that rookie year, and here I don't know if he surprised Lagares. Lagares looked like he was ready and made a proper throw.
Yeah, of course he was.
Yeah. He read it as being a little bit toward left center, so that Lagares had to go get it, and he read it properly. So now two in scoring position. The Mets will play the infield back against Anthony Rizzo, who popped up his first time up. So Wheeler with a big out to get here. He got out of a first and second jam in the second inning.
I tell you what, who does this remind you of? Well, this is Rizzo right here. Oh, what? Don't you do the shifty eyes? Oh, wasn't that a song? No, Lion Eyes. Excuse me.
Kind of both the same in baseball.
It pops away from Darno, but no move by Wood. And I'm not sure what happened to Travis there. He just didn't catch the ball.
What happens is that he tries to frame everything. So in his framing, he tries to catch it on the tip of the glove to keep it for a strike, and that's why sometimes he misses it.
It's like he's trying to catch that low pitch with the tweezers.
Yes, good call.
And sometimes when he tries to cheat that ball in, which he's so good at, he starts too quick. But he's really wonderful to watch do that. Someone taught him well.
Well, there's a downside, and that is that more than his share of balls have gone by him this year.
And I think with more and more experience, remember he missed a lot of games in his minor league career because of injury. With more and more games, so those will happen less and less frequently.
2-1 to Rizzo with Castro on deck.
Again, trying to get on the same page. That makes it difficult, and it happens. Sometimes you just can't get in sync early.
Slightly, another little miscommunication here, not on the same page.
Now, Ronnie, why would this happen now? I mean, these two have worked together for 20-odd starts this year.
Each start is so different, Gary. No starts are connected or interconnected. Sometimes you're just not on the right page. What you should do is go to first sign, so that way, if it's not the first sign, you can see him not liking it, you can change it really quickly, as opposed to, say, second or third sign, where it takes forever. There we go.
2-1 to Rizzo. And he lines one. Short hop. Murphy looking home, but he'll go to first with it as the run comes home, and it's 1-0 Chicago. Now Murphy with that little mishandle, which cost him any chance to think about coming home to get Wood.
Oh, a little delay. He would have been out of the plate. Tough chance for Murph, though. And wisely goes to first base.
So an RBI for Rizzo, his 66th. Wood with his aggressive base running going first to third, able to score on the ground out. So now 2 out and a runner at third with a run home. And here's Castro, who had an infield hit his first time up.
Mets are going to play the infield back early in the Wago. Oh, 2 outs, excuse me. Sorry, folks.
Almost every batter in baseball gets a 4-3 there with the pitcher staying at third and no RBI. Rizzo gets an RBI because Wood ran the bases like an athlete.
Ran the bases like a young Ron Darling.
No.
Up the middle, Castro's got another hit, and that'll produce a run. Baez is in to score. And the Cubs go in front 2-0.
Those 2 out RBIs. They're clutch from the offensive side. Oh, it's right down the middle, too. Belt high.
I talked about it before. They said that Castro in this streak now, it's at 14, Gary. 14-game hitting streak. He's just been hitting the ball up the middle and to the right side.
And now he's got 63 RBIs. So he's only 3 RBIs behind Rizzo with all the home runs Anthony Rizzo has hit. Here's Wellington Castillo, who singled to center his first time up. So that the way that Wheeler pitched to Wood, really giving him maybe a little too much credit, even though he's a good hitting pitcher, and walking him, that ends up maybe costing him 2 runs.
Yeah, that was the mistake there. It's just I know that you can't help yourself when you have these team meetings where you as a pitcher, you're listening to some of these team meetings, you're like, oh, who am I facing, the 27 Yankees here? I mean, I know he can hit, and he is a good hitting pitcher, but at the same time, anyone in the lineup, you wouldn't be afraid of to throw a first pitch fastball. Why would you to the pitcher?
Oh, 2 to Castillo, and he hits him. And now the Cubs have 2 men on. So Wheeler on 0-2, coming up and in and hitting his 7th batter of the year.
Those are the little concentration things. I like the choice coming up and in and getting him off the plate, but you can't miss by 1.5 feet as it nails Castillo almost on the numbers.
And the shoulder blade, it looked like.
This adds, of course, what you were talking to before, the pitch count and all of those things that have hampered keeping Wheeler in the game.
So now it's Arismendi Alcantara with 2 out and 2 on. He struck out his first time up after trying to get a bunt down a couple of times. Castro at second, Castillo at first, and the curveball in the dirt for ball 1. able to throw that fastball by Alcantara when he's needed to. 1-1.
You know, we discussed a little, sorry guys, about, you know, the back and forth between d'Arnaud and Wheeler. It's all on the pitcher. I know that you want the catcher to be quicker and make the right calls, but if you're a pitcher, I used to pitch for Mackey Sasser. He and I could never get in sync, so I ended up doing something I never did with any other catcher. As soon as I would throw a pitch, I would look at him in such a way that he'd know what I wanted for the next pitch.
Really?
Like I'd look inside. He knew I wanted to go inside with a fastball, so he'd get through it quicker.
And now Wheeler behind Alcantara, 3-1. Ryan Sweeney would be next. Two on and two out, 3-1 to Alcantara, and he lifts one to shallow center. Easy for Lagares, and that retires the side, but not before the Cubs put up 2 against Zach Wheeler. 2-0 Chicago. Camp here from third-year receiver Stephen Hill, why he thinks this year will be his breakout season. Plus, go behind the scenes with rising star Demario Davis mic'd up on Jets Nation Inside Camp Sunday at 7 p.m. only on SNY. Friday night at the ballpark. Another cool, low humidity August night. We have been greatly spoiled by the weather recently. 73 degrees right now on August the 15th. Who figures? Wilmer Flores leads off for New York in the home third inning. Flores making his 9th straight start at shortstop. The results have been fairly middling so far, hitting .250 over this stretch of starts with no home runs, 2 RBIs. And he takes a strike from Travis Wood, who helped stake himself to a 2-0 lead. Got on base, ran the bases aggressively. Cubs scored 2. 0-2 to Flores. Well, my friends have deserted me, which is to say we sent Keith and Ronnie down to the front row. And, just me and my stage manager, Russ Relkin. Say hi, Russ. We didn't turn his microphone on. Maybe if he earns it one of these days. Russ is very good at bringing cake, but we have not yet turned his microphone on. Flores hits one weakly to short. Castro comes in to get it and throws out his shortstop counterpart, one away. So Woods retired the leadoff hitter each of the first 3 innings. Now Zach Wheeler, 3 for 38 at the plate this year, and .079 batting average. During July, the Mets seemed to get past their inability to score runs in their home ballpark. But in 7 games in August that the Mets have played at Citi Field, they have scored a total of 12 runs. And so the offensive woes at home seem to have returned. And Wood quickly ahead on Wheeler, 0-2. Curtis Granderson waits on deck. And Wood makes quick work of Wheeler, his first strikeout of the night. 2 out and nobody on. The Cubs have pitched much better lately. Their starters ERA in the last 8 games, 2.77. They're now 11th as a staff in the National League in team ERA, so they've been getting better on the mound, even after trading away their 2 best starters, Jeff Samardzija and Jason Hamill. Jake Arrieta has emerged as the ace of the Cubs staff. He'll face the Mets here Sunday afternoon. Granderson flying to pretty deep left center his first time up. Curtis actually has hit for a higher batting average against left-handers this year than he has against right-handers. Fastball off the plate, 2-0. 73 at bats since Granderson's last home run. Had a 2-month hot streak and now has gone cold. And that just missed. Greg Gibson with a tight strike zone, 3-0. Granderson has more hits on 3-0 this year than anybody in the major leagues. And he takes a strike this time, 3-1. Daniel Murphy would be next. 3-1 coming, and Granderson with a weak hack, 3-2. Curtis tied for 4th in the league in walks, but he's also struck out 110 times. "3-2 coming from Wood, and Granderson fouls it off. Again, the 3-2, and it's low, ball 4, and Granderson draws a 2-out walk. So Wood has been struggling with walks this year, 2nd in the National League in issuing walks. Gives out his first of the night. Your City probables for the rest of the series. John Neese goes tomorrow night against Dan Straley, the former Oakland A, who has just been called up to make a spot start, pushing everybody else back a day. Rafael Montero will try again on Sunday against Jake Arrieta, then Bartolo Colon against the good-looking rookie Kyle Hendricks on Monday afternoon before the Mets head to Oakland. So let's see, you got Straley, a former Athletic, pitching against the Mets. You got Colon, a former Athletic, pitching against the Cubs, and then the Mets go and play the Athletics, where they'll face the former Cub Jeff Samardzija in the 2nd game of that series on Wednesday. And they'll face the former Met prospect Scott Kazmir in the 1st game. Very well connected. Going after a fastball out of the strike zone. Wood topping out at around 88. Throws a lot of cutters. And Murphy fouls off the fastball, 1-2. Sunday at Mets Insider, they made an impact on the field. Now they're making an impact in the community. Get an inside look at the careers of the Mets ambassadors, Mookie Wilson, Edgardo Alfonso, and John Franco, on Mets Insider, presented by WB Mason, Sunday at 4:30, only on SNY. 1-2 to Murphy, and he struck him out. Cutter from Travis Wood for his second strikeout of the inning. Well, the boys have made their way downstairs, and they're set for action as Zach Wheeler heads back to the mound for the fourth. Cubs 2, Mets nothing. Trivia question for the night: which Mets pitcher holds the record for most relief innings in a single season? Nobody recently, I can promise you that. We go to the fourth inning. Ryan Sweeney leads off for the Cubs. Wheeler struck out 5 over the first 2 innings, including Sweeney, but then ran into trouble and gave up a couple of runs in the third. And he gets ahead with a fastball, while Ronnie and Keith have moved down to the front row, where they're getting a very close-up view of Zach Wheeler. What are you, about 45 feet from home plate where you two are sitting?
Well, you know, there's no foul territory here, just about. So I mean, I feel I'm right next to Valleca, who's on the on-deck circle, and that's a stone throw away from Darno catching.
It's a great view, Gare, for me, being an old left-hand hitter, to watch the lefties looking right into the body of the left-handers. It's a terrific view right here. Euchre, eat your heart out.
Maybe they can build your statue in the front row. Well, Wheeler, who walked the leadoff hitter in the third, behind on Sweeney, leading off the fourth, 3-1, and he walks him. So 2 walks for Wheeler. Both have come leading off the inning, and now the number 8 hitter Valleca will bat.
You know, it's interesting, Gary. Terry Collins, before the game tonight, was talking about, people always ask about the pitch count of Zach Wheeler. Well, he said that he strikes out a lot of people, so he's always going to have a higher pitch count. But it's at bats like those, of course, that build up the pitch count with a walk against a hitter that he should be able to challenge more.
Valleca hits a double play ball right to Murphy. The backhand flip, and Flores does the rest. 4-6-3 double play, 2 out and nobody on.
Fastball, belt high, and out over the plate. Taylor made 2, and Valleca continues his woes against right-handers. Now 0 for 13 against righties.
So here is Wood, the catalyst in the Cubs' 2-run third inning, and takes a slider for a strike. Wood walked, and then even more significantly went first to third on a base hit to center field, just beating the throw from Juan Lagares. and then scored on an infield grounder.
Keith, when you watch Zach Wheeler at times, his body slows down a bit on his breaking ball.
His arm speed slows down. You can tell he's got the good fastball. That's something he always brings to the park. And down here at this level, Gary, you can tell so much more. It's so much more revealing how little time you have to make a decision as a hitter.
Does it seem quicker from where you're sitting there than it did in the batter's box?
That's a good question, Gare. And you know, when I was red hot, it seemed like slow motion. You know, so that's probably an illusion. But from this level right here, it's real time or real seconds.
Fractions thereof. 2-2. Strike three call. Wood caught looking. 6 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler. Nice bounce back inning for Zach. That's down 2-0 in the fourth.
Hi, Joey. How are you?
See somebody you know?
Joey Votto. Just said hi. He said, hi, Joe. Just messing around here.
Just a meeting of Gold Glove first base.
We're just talking about how good a player you are, how a good hitter you are. You doing all right? You look good. Swinging good.
There's no telling whom Keith might befriend tonight from his front row seat.
That was a lot of fun. That was something that I didn't expect.
Well, I was kidding around in between innings with Tim Tuffle because, you know, Tim in our day always hit against the left-handers with that platoon with Wally Backman. And just kidding around with him, how would he face Travis Wood?
That's a lot. 3, 4, and 5 in the order up against Wood in the fourth inning. Wright, Duda, and d'Arnaud. That's about just one hit over the first 3. Wright hit a pop up down the right field line that Baez was able to snag his first time up. David came into the night hitting .393 against left-handers, second in the league. And he takes a strike from Wood.
Now the problem you have here is Travis Wood, when we're watching him throw after Zach Wheeler threw that fastball. I mean, it looks like it's half the speed. You know it's not, but it looks like it from down here.
You know what I like about this view too? I can watch the first baseman. And right now, this is for Bill Webb, our director. Way off the line at first base. That's a tip, folks, for the defensive shot.
Keith, I'm interested in your perspective on David's swing from down there.
I'll be taking a look. He's holding his hands high again, Gary. Remember, Dendecker dropped his. And, you know, I've got the backside of David from this view here. It would be ideal for me to be over on the first base side, but I will watch carefully. He's got his hands high, that's for sure.
I know he's been consciously trying to shorten up his swing the last couple of weeks.
Well, to me, it's just been the uppercut, Gare, what we've been talking about, the dropping of the back shoulder and under pitches like that last, and then popping up a lot.
2-2 from Wood, and he comes way inside. And David somehow avoided getting nicked.
He's on. Look how close to the plate he is.
This might be the closest I've ever seen to the plate.
Wow, I just noticed that. You are correct. That is aggressively. I almost hit him. That is aggressively on top of the plate.
So change up away after that 3-2 heater in, coming back in. That was right. Change up away it was. Sorry, I thought from this angle that Castillo was sitting underneath David inside. He was not. He was sitting outside.
David of late's been flying his fanny out a little bit, Gare. We've noticed that, which makes it very difficult to hit the outside pitch.
But he's always owned left-handers,
yes,
especially left-handers who do not throw hard, and Wood is in that category.
8th pitch of the at-bat from Wood to right. And David takes ball 4. And the Mets have a leadoff base runner for the first time tonight. Second walk given up by Travis Wood. Top of the Coldwell Banker home field advantage. Single season home runs in Citi Field history. Lucas Duda's got a pretty good shot at setting a new mark this year. He's already hit 11 at home, 11 of his 21. Duda flying out to right field his first time up. The Cubs put on the shift.
And you know what's interesting in this angle here, Gary, with the shift right now? From upstairs, it looks like they got the right side of the infield covered with a lot of defensive players. There's a lot of big space to hit a ball for a base hit.
Hit it hard enough, you can find a hole. Of course, they can't play that second baseman deep with a double play in order. And Wood works the cutter away, and it's 2-0.
Well, they're pitching Lucas a lot more respectfully, and rightly so.
What does that mean exactly?
Well, he went on a tear, and he's got pop. You got to be careful. They're looking at the lineup. Ronnie will tell you, look at everybody down that lineup. Who can hurt me? Lucas is one of them.
So do you think that means they're going to pitch him away more necessarily?
I think they're going to mix it up. Left-handers, Gary, are going to still pitch Lucas away until he proves that he can go to left center field or whatever. Just hit it with authority and hurt them. Until he does that, they're going to stay away from him and then throw him a token pitch inside.
Takes ball 4, so back-to-back walks given up by Wood to start the 4th inning, and the Mets have the tying runs on base.
Well, the thing about Travis Wood is that he has to be so precise. He doesn't throw. He throws his fastball 86, 87 miles an hour. Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire, has a very strict strike zone. He doesn't really go outside and give the pitcher any strikes off the corners. So what has happened to Wood now is he's trying to pick on the corners. Gibson's not giving him any, and that's why he's got these 2 walks.
So a chance for Travis Darnell, who has the only Met hit tonight. A single to center field in the second with Wright and Duda aboard. Wood has now walked 3 of the last 4 batters. And Darno takes a letter high strike.
It's almost down here at this angle, and Ronnie, I think, probably feels the same. I don't want to look at the monitor. I'm kind of fixed on watching the pitcher work at this angle, watching the hitter swing.
That's why we sent you there.
Oh, really? Well, thanks for the tip.
Ball is right to Darno. I mean, you can look at the monitor up here in the booth.
It's like sitting here and being a fan, you know, and watching with a professional eye. highly trained eye. It's fun.
And Wood continues to struggle. 2-1.
So the problem with Travis Wood for the hitter is that yes, he's struggling. He's walked a couple, but sometimes he's not going to give in to you. So it's not like you got to go into pull mode here. He might throw another 2-1 changeup. He wants you to try to pull it on the ground. You can go to right field off the guy who's going to pitch you mostly away.
And Darno pops it up. Infield fly rule will be invoked. The batter is out. And Rizzo snags it one away.
We're around elevation level, Gary, around, I think, around letters of the hitter once they get set, maybe a little below the letters. So we can certainly tell elevation. It's hard to tell. We can tell inside out as far as location, but better sense of when a pitcher throws an off-speed pitch and a sharp down breaking ball. We got a great angle observation point.
Better with the left-hand hitters than with the right-hand hitters?
Same.
There's Campbell, who flied to left his first time up. Campbell now just 1 for his last 16. And he drives this one to deep left field. Back goes Coghlan to the warning track at the wall. It's out of here! Eric Campbell with a 3-run homer, and he puts the Mets in front 3-2. Eric Campbell's second major league home run. After the 2 walks by Wood, Campbell makes him pay. Terry Collins wanted to keep Campbell's bat in against the lefties, and that pays off big time. 3-2 New York.
Terry Collins said before the game that when they brought Matt Dendecker up, that they were going to platoon Campbell to get him at bats at left field, and he needed that hit. He had been struggling.
Yes, and that was a fastball belt high right down the outer half of the plate, and usually Campbell goes the other way. He likes to work. He likes to work right center field. And
oh, that was a bad changeup, I think.
You think it was a change?
Yes.
Oh, well.
Campbell's only other home run came May the 21st, nearly 3 months ago. That's toward the hole, and Lagares has a base hit. So Lagares, who had been just 1 for his last 13. After Campbell hit the home run after a 1 for 16.
You know, Gary, we had spent some time in the National Series talking about young hitters coming up with people on base, and we said that sometimes they can be overly aggressive. But it was nice to see Campbell, who was maybe overly aggressive in the National Series and didn't get that hit, that ground ball to short, jumped on that first pitch for a 3-run home run.
Yes, there's a fine line between overly aggressive and properly aggressive. There's Wilmer Flores, and again Wood works inside against the right-hand batter.
Wood likes to throw his fastball. You're going to get up there and get 5-6 pitches on an at bat off of Wood. You're going to get 3 to 4 fastballs.
Between his fastball and his cutter, he'll throw that 81% of the time. And he ties up Flores inside. He went around 1-1.
You know, Gary, from down here, the one thing I can see, sorry, Keith, is that there's not a big difference between the fastball and changeup of Wood. They both seem about the same speed. I'm sure they're not showing that on our monitor, but certainly it feels like that here.
Two and 1 to Flores with the pitcher Wheeler on deck. Well, Wheeler got hurt by a leadoff walk, cost him 2 runs. Wood gets hurt by back-to-back walks to start the fourth and cost him 3. Two pitchers who began the night in the top 6 in the league in walks. 2-2 to Flores.
He's throwing an 87-mile-an-hour fastball up here. I'm reading the board up here. Make my director real happy reading the scoreboard. So he's not a flamethrower for someone that throws predominantly fastball. So you don't have to be a flamethrower to win in the big leagues. Still got to throw your fastball.
Flores hits one deep to left. Coghlan got a late start going back, but he gets there and gets it on the warning track. Lagares was all the way around second, but he'll get back safely. Coghlan froze when that ball went up in the air, but got back to make the play for the second out.
Well, they're on his fastball, and this is away enough towards the end. No, he got the fat of it. Lagares,
he goes around the base.
Make sure you touch it on the way back. That's fine.
He did.
That's fine. He knew what he was doing.
So a long second out, and now Wheeler struck out his first time up.
You know, Gary, we always talk about d'Arnaud going down to Vegas, getting confidence hitting in those friendly parks. I wonder what some of these young hitters feel like Flores when he almost covers a ball and it doesn't get out of this ballpark.
Well, there are plenty of folks who've had that feeling here lately, including Lucas Duda in yesterday's game.
That's why I feel that they got to get him out of Las Vegas and get him in some normal climates where you can actually judge the players better as far as their power, and pitchers aren't intimidated.
Well, there's so many issues having a AAA team in Vegas, and Terry Collins was talking about that tonight, about guys flying red eyes in and going without sleep, and so you have to sit them for a day when they get here, and it's a mess, and the Mets would prefer not to be there. That's not a secret. Inside to Wheeler, 2-2.
It just doesn't seem the same. They used to be the Tidewater Tides. Come on.
2-2 coming, and Wheeler fouls it back.
Wheeler's taking some nice cuts.
He has. From this angle, guys, Gary, what you see from Wood is every pitch is thigh high or above. If he's pitching and he's effective, he's got to be on the knees all night long, and he has not been in this inning.
You're going to get a fastball.
He's already thrown 30 pitches in this inning. Again, the 2-2, and Wheeler goes down swinging on the cutter, and that retires the side. Third strikeout for Wood, but Eric Campbell with one big swing turns this game around after a couple of walks. First pitch swinging. Eric Campbell's second big league home run. That brings in 3. 3-2 New York as we head for the 5th at Citi Field. got a couple of runs in the third inning off Zach Wheeler. Eric Campbell changing the program with his second major league home run, a 3-run shot off Travis Wood to hand Wheeler and the Mets a 3-2 lead as we go to the 5th. That's the perspective Ron Darling and Keith Hernandez are watching from just behind the Cubs on deck circle. SNY Super Slow Motion is brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. Visit them on the web at searchmercedes.com. Top of the batting order, third time around for the Cubs. Chris Coghlan leads off against Wheeler. Now staked to the lead for the first time. Coghlan has struck out and fouled out to third 0 for 2. Came into the game a red hot hitter. And bluffing the bunt. Takes up and away ball 1. Coghlan, then Baez and Rizzo against Wheeler, who has walked 2 and struck out 6 over the first 4 innings, allowed 2 runs and 4 hits. And behind on Coghlan 2-0. Wheeler has walked the leadoff hitter in each of the last 2 innings. Not a recommended formula for success. And now 3-0 to Coghlan.
Definitely got some mustard on that fastball. Have to get a little more crouch, a little more set off him.
Here's a strike. (3-1) from Wheeler, and Coghlan lifts one to left center field. And Campbell puts it away. 1 out. So now Javier Baez.
And Garrett, we'll have you note right here, I've made a Custer decision here. Look at the back foot come back. That is Julio Franco right there on that swing. Look at that. Franco had the barrel of the bat in front. The back foot goes back. That it looks so much like Julio Franco.
Baez struck out his first time up, had that base hit and scored in the third. So, you know, Ronnie, watching a guy like Baez who has such an explosive swing, how do you combat a kid like that?
Well, you have to combat his timing because he's all about getting the barrel out in front. And that's what you do. You just go soft on him. He wants the ball. I don't care how hard you throw. He's going to match that velocity with his swing. So just pull the chain a little bit. Body type looks like Manny Ramirez in his prime.
Of course, he got to hang around Manny in Iowa, where Manny is a player coach. Popped up. David Wright waiting for it, and he's got it. Darno got whacked by that big swing of Baez, and remember, suffered a concussion on a similar overswing earlier this season.
Well, Baez is going to do this a lot to catchers. And Baez, as he was going back past Darno, took a look at him and said, "My bad."
You never saw it happen so much in today's game. It didn't happen with such frequency 20 years ago.
Why do you think that is, Keith?
A lot of guys let go with one hand. A lot of guys, I think, are deeper in the box. A lot of hitters, if you notice today, got their back foot, Gary, on the line as far back as they can go. But you know what? The catcher, the catcher stands a certain squats a certain distance away from the hitter. And no matter where the hitter stands, the catcher adjusts to where he's standing as far as deep in the box or up in front of the box.
Except the only thing about Darno is that everyone will tell you he is closer to the hitter than most catchers. That's where he feels comfortable because he feels like he can steal the low strike.
And that probably cost him on that particular follow through. I think that the one with Soriano earlier this year, it really didn't matter where he was. He was going to get hit in the head either way. It was just Soriano being loose with the bat.
You know, Darno from down here is still shaking out that left arm. It hit him, I think,
on the
in the right elbow forearm.
Yep. Up high in the forearm.
Rizzo fouls one
and
back,
now a
and
mass.
that one caught d'Arnaud as well.
So it's been a tough inning for d'Arnaud. Tough half.
Remember, yesterday he got hit square in the mass. This one off the side of it that it almost yanks it off his face.
Boy, I tell you what, it'll make you want to be clean shaven every game.
Rizzo drove in a run with a ground out his last time up. 1-2 from Wheeler. Up and in. Remember, Wright got buzzed in the last inning by Travis Wood.
That is such a good pitch. Can hurt you and gets him off the plate. Oh, I love that when pitchers do that.
Comes back with a changeup and misses. Full count.
So that changeup by Wheeler is faster than the fastball of Travis Wood at 89 miles an hour.
3-2 to Rizzo. Walked him. So Wheeler with a chance for an easy inning issues a 2-out walk. His third of the night. And now the tying run on base for Castro. That's already 2 for 2.
That's a fastball right there, Gary. I think that he had a purpose to get Rizzo out, and he shook off d'Arnaud twice and came up and in, then wanted to throw the changeup for the out pitch, didn't get it, and went to full count. And really, that was a fastball. He had nothing on it. And he walked to Rizzo 3-2.
Castro's gone up the middle twice, an infield hit, and got one through to center field. Second one drove in a run, and he takes a slider for a strike.
Takes a nasty slider. Good Lord. That is wicked.
And comes back with a curveball and gets ahead 0-2.
Well, Wheeler has made such strides this year. I just like so much what I see.
Wheeler has struck out 6 tonight. Castro lays off the curveball 1-2. Rizzo's not fast, but he's not a truck horse either.
So I guess we always talk about how do you have control? You have control because you control your arm speed. From this angle, there are 3 or 4 different arm speeds that Wheeler uses. With that real good fastball, that 3-2 fastball Keith was talking to Rizzo, now he slows his arm down at times on the breaking ball.
Strikes out Castro with another curve. 7th strikeout for Wheeler. Puts up a 0 after getting the lead. Halfway through at Citi Field, 3-2 New York. Check out SNY.TV for an inside look at Jets and Giants camp with up-to-the-minute news, interviews, and player profiles, plus a complete breakdown on all the latest developments straight from camp on the JetsBlog.com and BigBlueBlitz.com, all part of the SNY.TV blog network. Third time around the batting order, Curtis Granderson leads off in the home fifth inning. Curtis has flied deep to left and drawn a walk 0 for 1. Travis Wood has walked 3. 2 of them came around to score in front of Eric Campbell's home run in the fourth. And Granderson muscles one out to right center, but right there waiting for it is Alcantara. 1 out. Daniel Murphy coming up. We check in with Steve Gelb. Steve?
Well, Gary, we all saw Curtis Granderson right there. We know what he was signed for. He was signed to be the protection for David Wright, but he hasn't been that this year. He's settled in to that leadoff spot. Begs the question, though, what's the Mets' view for him moving forward? I spoke to Terry Collins about that today, and he said he doesn't view Curtis Granderson as the leadoff hitter moving forward. He actually doesn't view him as the cleanup guy either. He views him as the ideal two-hitter in this lineup moving forward. So, with that being said, who does Terry Collins think should lead off for the Mets in the future? They've actually circled the guy as Juan Lagares, and what they're trying to do right now is something similar to what they did with Lucas Duda. You remember when the Ike Davis trade went through, as this ball goes through and Daniel Murphy has himself a single, but when that Ike Davis trade went through, they didn't put Lucas Duda right away in the 4 spot. They wanted to maintain his confidence as a young player, get it up, I should say, and then move him down to where they thought he should ideally be, which is as the cleanup hitter, and clearly he's thrived. Now with Juan Lagares, they want to do the exact same thing. They want to get him going offensively, and when they do, then they want to make that move to the leadoff spot. Now, I don't know when that's going to be, but you can assume that should Juan Lagares get hot, it may be before the end of this season, where you see Juan Lagares at the top spot, Curtis Granderson at the 2, and potentially Daniel Murphy moving down to the 5th spot.
All very interesting, except it'd be kind of counterintuitive for a team that values on base percentage to lead off a guy who's walked 14 times all year. David Wright fouls one away. I mean, Matt Dendecker, we don't know whether he's going to fit in with this team, getting a chance to play most days. He was leading off at Las Vegas and might profile more as a leadoff hitter than Lagares. What do you guys think?
I like Granderson in the 2-hole. I always like a left-hand hitter in the 2-hole to give coverage to the leadoff hitter, particularly if he can steal bases. It's more difficult for a catcher to throw with a left-hand hitter up. So I have no problem with Granderson going in the 2-hole.
What I found interesting with Collins' comments before the game, talking about Lagares, he said before he got hurt, his plate discipline was excellent. He made a big improvement. But since coming back from the injury, he's really gone back to not having that great plate discipline.
Right, left one to center, and Alcantara has it lined up. 2 out.
And I guess what I'm saying, Gary, is he'd have to really work hard on that if he's going to be in the leadoff slot.
I mean, we've seen in Philly, Ben Revere have a successful year leading off, despite the fact that he never walks. I mean, can you be a successful leadoff hitter if you walk, 20, 25 times a year? Is that feasible?
Well, Pete Rose led off. He didn't walk much, but he got 200 hits a year. So that's what you need to do.
Yeah. Well, it's like Starlin Castro, right? I mean, he never walks, but if you get 180, 200 hits a year, I mean, the same thing's true of Murphy.
I like Daniel in the 3-hole. I'm sorry, I'm still gonna. I don't care about having 2 left-hand hitters back-to-back in Granderson and Murphy. And you got Duda, and okay, you can hit right cleanup. You can flip-flop. You don't have to be wed to a set lineup.
Duda's fly down and walk tonight, 0 for 1, and Lucas fouls it away. 2 strikes.
Granderson's great year with the Yankees. Runs scored. I don't have my book in front of me. I think it was 136, Gary, was out of the 2nd hole in that Yankee lineup.
All the talk in today's paper about how the Mets have been struggling and haven't walked and led were last in walks in the month of last month, and the lack of runs scored. Really, what the Mets need is 2 more bats in the lineup. And I don't care about the walks. They'll score. That's what's needed.
That was pretty cool to watch Castillo, how quick he's got to move, put that ball in the dirt. He had that complete setup to catch a ball on the corner, and then in no time has to flip the glove over and get down and block that pitch. Very nicely done by Castillo.
Murphy at first with 2 out. 1-2 to Duda, and he lays off the slider. 2-2.
So I noticed with Lucas, he gets a little jumpy against the left-handers, and he strode a little bit. His stride was a little too quick, but he's able to hold up his swing, but also he does fish because he just starts too quick with his stride, gets a little anxious on the slider.
Pops this one up. Vallejo was alone on the left side, so Wood comes sliding and just comes up shy.
Oh, boy.
Quite an effort by Travis Wood. We have certainly seen every example of his athleticism in this game.
Well, he knew. You got to know as a pitcher with these new defensive alignments, played the pull, that there's no one on that side to catch a pop-up. So here you've gone as a pitcher. You've made the proper pitch. You've gotten a big home run hitter to pop it up, and no one's there except you.
Well, he didn't realize it for a couple of beats. If he had, he would have made that play. Well, we've seen him go first to third against one of the best center field arms in baseball, and there almost make a terrific sliding play. So Duda has a life, and he takes outside, and now it's a full count.
Just staying away from Lucas.
Travis d'Arnaud would be next.
So Keith, you're hitting here. All you've seen is away. You got to be looking middle of the plate.
Well, you got 2 strikes too, so that's the common denominator is 2 strikes. You've got to go up the middle and be aggressively protect the plate, and you're going to be vulnerable inside.
Rizzo playing behind Murphy, who will be running. 3-2 coming, and Duda fouls it back.
He had a better swing at that one. He was kind of on that pitch. Much better.
I think the most important thing, Ron, in hitting, and my father always told me, is pitchers out there making a living too. They're going to jam you sometimes, and so what? Get jammed. They're making a living too. And don't feel like, oh my gosh, I got jammed, and then you're going to give the whole plate away if you start worrying in.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming to Duda, and he goes down swinging on the fastball to end the inning. 4th strikeout for Travis Wood. That takes us through 5 at Citi Field. Zach Wheeler will head back to the mound for the 6th. Mets 3, Cubs 2.
runs in the third. He's had to work around a walk each of the last 2 innings. Zach has walked 3, struck out 7, allowed 2 runs and 4 hits. Keith and Ron are down in the front row, keeping an eye on Wheeler and his progress tonight.
And Gary, I want to tell you, you've done a marvelous job up there without us. You're really holding your own.
One of these days we have to trade places. I'll go down to the front row and you guys can stay up there.
That sounds great.
Do you get any waitress service down there? Is that part of the deal?
No, we're working.
Yeah, I know, but do you get any waitress service down there?
Not yet.
I mean, I've got Russ up here. He's bringing me Tootsie Pops and everything else. We're a little early with the 9:05 Tootsie Pop run time.
Well, we saw the strikeout to Castro on sliders. Another slider there of the Castillo. So Wheeler feeling comfortable with that pitch against a right-handed hitter.
Valentin Castillo's been on base twice tonight, a single to center, and then he got hit in the shoulder blade by a pitch. Arizmendi, Alcantara on deck, and then Ryan Sweeney. And Wheeler's curveball stays inside, 2-1. Cubs playing some of their better baseball of the year. They're 10-7 over their last 17 games. There's another good slider by Wheeler, 2-2.
Well, you got to dial it up a notch, Mr. Castillo. A little tardy.
You can also kind of hear from where we are things that you used to hear on the ball field that you don't hear from the booth, and that's the anger from hitters when they miss a pitch,
or pitchers when they give up a bomb.
That's right, you can hear it.
Darno wants the curveball, and it stays inside, 3-2.
It's not G-rated, so we won't send it upstairs.
So you're saying our high-powered, strategically placed microphones don't pick up quite everything?
No.
Good thing. Down the left field line, foul. Castillo getting out in front.
He'll need another bat. That sounded like he cracked that bat on that one.
Your Cadillac drive around the majors. Hyunjin Ryu joins Josh Beckett on the disabled list, and the Dodgers picked up another pitcher today. They got Justin Germano from the Rangers. The Braves homered 3 times off Jason Hamill, and they lead Oakland 5-2 in the 4th. And the Nats just keep on hitting. They're up 5-3 on the Pirates. That game is in the 5th. Castillo goes down on the slider. 8 strikeouts for Zach Wheeler, 1 down in the 6th.
Well, this is a free swinging bunch, Keith. They are not up to walk. They are not up to looking where the pitch is going to be. They want to get a pitch and swing it hard.
And Rodney, it appears that has informed the game plan here, because I don't think we've seen Wheeler throw as many breaking balls recently as he's throwing tonight.
But that's the game plan for these guys. I think they are a fastball hidden bunch. They can't wait to hit the fastball, so anything slow is going to give them trouble. See that swing by Alcantara? That's the best swing he's had all night on a first pitch fastball, right on it.
But he's mixed in his fastballs, Gary, and the fastball has set up the breaking ball.
Right, but his number for the year is 63% fastball. I think it's been lower tonight, I would guess.
I would say it's kind of 50-50, Gary. Another breaking ball there.
Alcantara has struck out and fly to center 0-for-2. 99th pitch of the night from Wheeler, and he gets ahead on Alcantara.
Alcantara is befuddled.
Changeup. Here's the 1-2. Up and away. Justin Grimm getting himself ready to go. A little sunscreen.
Not be confused with the brothers Grimm.
He might have a brother.
Or Russ Grimm. He was much bigger. 2-2. Chopped on the right side. Duda went for it, so Wheeler will have to cover, and just in time to get the speedy Alcantara for the 4-1 putout.
Well, something significant, Gary, that just happened there with Lucas. Remember, Lucas has been caught out in nowhere's land when Murph had the ball, and Lucas broke and pulled up. Now, ideally, he would make a decision a lot sooner and be able to not have the pitcher involved in the play. But that's progress for Lucas, realizing you've got to know your infield mate. And for a first baseman, it's got to be your second baseman. And a third baseman, it's got to be the shortstop, vice versa. You got to know their range, where they're playing, and particularly with the shifts, the extreme shifts, and you got to know when you can go, when you can't go.
Ryan Sweeney with 2 out and nobody on. So Wheeler, who had a 1-2-3 first inning, looking for his first 1-2-3 inning since the first. Sweeney has struck out and walked 0 for 1, and he takes a changeup for a strike. Wheeler has walked 3, struck out 8. And the curveball bounced slowly down to Duda. He'll handle this one himself. And Wheeler has that 1-2-3 inning. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 3-2 New York. Innings, it'll be interesting to see whether he is allowed to continue on into the 7th. Mets with a 3-2 lead. Travis d'Arnaud leads off in the home 6th and gets under one along the left field line. Coghlan coming over near the sidewall and climbs, but to no avail.
Seen a lot of balls being skied today. I mean, real high, a lot of uppercut swingers today, and that's where all the hitters have gone. How'd that dog get through security?
Good looks. d'Arnaud is 1 for 2 tonight in the Travis versus Travis matchup, and Wood pulls the string. 0-2. Eric Campbell, whose 3-run homer is the difference in this game, waiting on deck. And then Juan Lagares for the Mets in the 6th.
Boy, 4 shakes there by Wood. Tells me he might want fastball in. 0-2, push d'Arnaud off the plate.
Fastball away.
1-2 coming. 2-2. And D'Arnaud watches wide, and again Wood goes from 0-2 to 3-2.
Yeah, well, Wood really goosed that changeup in. He's lucky he didn't throw it for a strike.
6th full count of the night for Wood, who has walked 3. And he gets D'Arnaud. 1 out. 5 strikeouts now for Travis Wood. Well, here comes Eric Campbell, who changed this game with 1 swing in the 4th.
Big difference maker. Fastball belt high over the middle, and adios.
Into the Party City deck for his 2nd major league home run. Mets were down 2-0. That gave them the lead, and they've held it ever since. Campbell's 2nd home run coming nearly 3 months after his first. His first came against the Dodgers' Hyunjin Ryu on May 21st. Eric's now had 133 big league at bats. And the changeup up and away 2-0, and naturally Travis Wood keeping the ball away from Campbell after that home run. Juan Lagares waiting on deck. And now 3-0. I mean, that's got to be a natural tendency for any pitcher, Ronnie, right? After you give up a home run to a player, even if he's not a big home run hitter.
Well, I think what you have to do, what I always used to try to think that if someone hit a home run off me, I made the mistake. All right, so I didn't throw a pitch where I was supposed to throw it. So he was trying to throw a cutter fastball inside to Campbell. So what you have to do as a pitcher is say, hey, listen, if I throw that pitch inside and get it inside, he's not going to hit a home run. I made a mistake. So just to stay away is a mistake also.
And this time he walks Campbell, his 4th walk of the night. He's up over 100 pitches now and up the dugout steps comes Rick Renteria, the Cubs manager, and he's going to make the pitching change right here. Justin Grimm up in the bullpen, so Wood is done after 5 1/3, and Grimm will come in. Call to the bullpen is brought to you by Verizon. Mets up 3-2 in the 6th. We'll be right back to Citi Field. quality team. 25-year-old Justin Grimm comes out of the Chicago bullpen. Grimm, a former Texas Rangers starter, came over in the deal for Matt Garza last summer.
You know, Gary, the number you don't like to see there is that 25 walks and 52 2/3 innings. Travis Wood exited the game.
Wood went 5 1/3, allowed just 4 hits, but 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, a home run, and down in the game 3-2. Leads with Campbell at first and 1 out. Lagares had a base hit through the hole into left his last time up, 1 for 2 on the night. And Grimm's curveball is up and in for ball 1. Justin Grimm out of the University of Georgia. Started 17 games for the Rangers last year before the trade. Cubs made him a reliever, and he's in his 58th game this year.
Terry Collins was talking today before the game, and he said that parts of the game that he would like Lagares to be better at, or plate discipline that I mentioned before. He would like him to steal some more bases because he's got speed. But one thing is the power. He says before games in batting practice, he launches balls into the stratosphere here at Citi Field, and you just don't see it in the game.
Well, he's hit just 2 home runs this year in 309 at bats. There goes Campbell. It's hit to right field, and Campbell didn't read it well. It's going to be an easy double play. Campbell had no idea that that ball was hit right at the right field, and now Rizzo bobbles the ball, but they still have plenty of time, and it's the catcher who will make the put out. That is your 9-3-2 double play. So the Mets playing a little hit and run, but Campbell never realized where the ball was. So that'll do it for the Mets in the home 6th. On to the 7th we go, 3-2 New York. Get 30% off Mets tickets for games now through Monday. Log on to Mets.com/strikeouts to take advantage of this offer. Well, the Mets will keep their bullpen busy with Danny Eveland and Vic Black up, but Zach Wheeler will start the 7th inning. Chris Valleca will lead off for the Cubs. And Luis Valbuena out on deck right in front of Keith and Ron. First pitch slider for a strike to Valleca, who struck out and grounded into a double play 0 for 2. Valleca taking the spot of Valbuena, who was the regular third baseman for the Cubs, but has been slumping. Down the right field line, slicing away from Granderson, and foul. Well, it's kind of a lopsided graphic tonight. The Verizon Fios fastball velocity. Oh, I thought we were going to be comparing starters. This is more fair. This is where Wheeler ranks amongst the elite among major league starters. I have not seen Ventura pitch in person. Ronnie, have you?
I have not, Gary. The young man who of small stature who approaches 100 miles an hour almost all the time.
Valleca takes strike 3 call, and that's 9 tonight for Zach Wheeler.
Well, interesting. Valbuena was in the on-deck circle here, and just before the last pitch, Ruggiano came and took his spot. Didn't really have a whole lot of time to get loose.
Those are the strikeouts that I find very difficult as a former player to even quite understand. Is that it's a 2-strike fastball almost down the middle, taken by Valleca. And I just don't understand where you can be thinking. Now, if it's a breaking ball in the corner, a fastball in that freezes you, totally understand. But not that pitch.
So it's Ruggiano to pinch hit, the former Marlin.
Another thing I noticed, Gare, down here, a lot of hitters today, they don't get down on one knee like I used to. I used to swing the lead bat and get loose and then get on one knee and watch the pitcher. They're all standing up, taking their practice swings, and then striding as if they were in the batter's box. So whatever. I mean, more hitters do that today than than them 20 years ago.
Do you think they're trying to get timing?
I don't see how you can get timing. You're not standing at home plate, but whatever works.
Chris Coughlin on deck, 2-2, and Ruggiano with a late swing foul. Ruggiano's been sitting out with a groin injury this last week.
I used to like to get down on one knee and get loose and swing that leaded bat and get the pine tar, and then I just focus on what the pitcher was doing from one knee.
Curveball foul. So what you're saying is that hitters today are focusing more on their swing than on what the pitcher's doing? Is that the impression that you get?
I can't say that it's everybody, but I'm going to watch from now on a little more closely. But I see more and more doing this stuff, and that's fine. I'm not in any way being critical here or saying it's bad. Whatever suits the individual.
Why don't you ask Chris?
I don't know him like I know Votto.
8th pitch of the at bat coming to Ruggiano, and he grounds one just foul.
I just said hi to Chris, but that was early before he started swinging. He's locked in now. You know what's key? So tell me this then. When you're on the on-deck circle and whoever is up before you in your entire career, could you go over every single pitch that was thrown to the hitter before you?
Yeah.
A sequence of pitches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, the 3-2. And Ruggiano down on strikes. That's 10 of them. Zach Wheeler in double digits in strikeouts, matching his season high.
Well, when you got a freewheeling team offensively that swings up and you've got a fastball that is electric upstairs, you're going to get in the double digits. When you see the big uppercut, there's no way they can catch up. And that's, here we go.
That's a Cholula.
That's getting close to the, a real hot one.
Well, this is a big out for Wheeler to try and get through 7 innings, which has kind of been a hurdle for him. Over these last 8 starts, he's pitched so well, but he's not gone more than 6 2/3 in any of them.
Wouldn't it be nice to punctuate it with 3 punch-outs, Gary?
Coughlin takes outside. That's 118 pitches now for Wheeler, which matches his career high, the 3rd time he's gotten to that pitch count this year. Wesley Wright up in the bullpen for Chicago. And that one skips away. So Wheeler's now thrown more pitches than he ever has in a big league game.
And I'll tell you, Gary, it becomes a hurdle. It becomes a mental block because you're saying to yourself, okay, every outing I go 6 1/3, 6 2/3. I got to get through 7. And here he's squeezed it a little and gone 3-0.
And now he walks Coghlan, and that I would assume is going to be the end of the line. You got Javier Baez coming up, Vic Black in the bullpen, and Terry Collins on his way out to the mound. So Black will be coming in, and again Wheeler comes up just shy of 7 innings as he issues his 4th walk of the night.
Amazing, isn't it, Ronnie?
Yeah. Boy, you can really hear the cheers down here, guys.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon. Wheeler exits, Black comes in, 3-2 New York in the 7th. Career double-digit strikeout game, a career-high 120 pitches over 6 2/3, leaves with a tying run on base and leaves it in the capable hands of Vic Black. Boys to Men is coming to Citi Field for a concert after the Mets-Cubs game. That'll be tomorrow as part of the Mets concert series presented by Dwayne Reed. Catch Boys to Men live in concert tomorrow night. For tickets, visit Mets.com/concerts. Black has been outstanding this year at stranding base runners. Only one inherited runner has scored against him this year.
Well, if he stays with the game plan that Wheeler had, should see a first pitch breaking ball here from Black. Let's see what we get.
Javier Baez 1 for 3. Singleton scored a run in the 3rd. Coghlan the tying run at first with 2 out. And Black starts him off with a fastball for a strike.
That is one thing that Black has been doing, is throwing more fastballs, getting ahead. He's got the vicious hook.
Javier Baez in just his 11th major league game. He struck out 17 times in the first 10 games, only the 9th player in major league history to strike out that many times in his first 10 games. Of course, he also hit 4 home runs in those 10 games. So that's the trade-off.
All or nothing.
He struck out once tonight. There's the curveball from Black, and he's ahead on Baez 0-2.
You gotta throw him another one.
Now, if he swings at a bouncing curveball, Do you bounce one even further in front of the plate, Ryan?
Well, you have two options. You can throw anything about neck high or higher, but I would bounce another one. Absolutely, Gary.
Neil Ramirez, the right-hander, up in the Cubs bullpen. 0-2 to Baez, and he swings at that breaking ball and fouls it off. Perhaps not where Black intended it to be.
Yeah, that's not what you want to do. That breaking ball in the that wasn't on the heart of the plate. That was on the outside corner. But just bounce one. You don't want to take a chance of anything near the strike zone with this young man. He's got a long swing, and I bet you he can cover off the plate.
Keith used the phrase in our open tonight, he doesn't get cheated. I think we've seen that. Again, the 0-2, and he does bounce that one. And a nice stop by d'Arnaud.
Foul say made it look like it was every day. That's the tying run on first base. Look at this pick.
The shortstop going in the hole.
Wow, nicely done.
Remember, this young man Baez has power to all fields, so it's not like he's a pull hitter. He can hit it out to anywhere.
One-two from Black. Struck him out. Got him with the curveball, so Black comes in and finishes off Zach Wheeler's 7th inning. Another inherited runner stranded by Vic Black. 7th inning stretch, 3-2 New York. Baseball on SNY is brought to you by Topps. Collect the Mets power players and win Mets prizes, including autographed cards, memorabilia, and more. Go to Topps.com/powerplayers. By Hyundai. Hyundai leaves the rest wanting. Find out why by visiting buyhyundai.com today. And by State Farm. Today's State Farm agent of the day is John Garfinkel of Brooklyn. Contact John's office at johngarfinkel.com. Let's answer our Verizon trivia question. We asked which Mets pitcher holds the team record for most relief innings in a season, and that would be Roger McDowell.
Oh boy, 128.
And more in the postseason.
What did he win? 12 games that year?
14 wins, 22 saves.
Yep.
Wilmer Flores leads off against Wesley Wright in the bottom of the 7th.
The former Houston Astro.
Flores 0 for 2, flied to deep left his last time up. Ruben Tejada has come out on deck to be a pinch hitter, and then Curtis Granderson for the Mets in the 7th. Right behind 2-0. And it's up and away to Flores, 3-0. Travis Wood walked 4 in 5 1/3 innings after the Mets had drawn just 2 walks in the 3-game series against the Nationals. And now right behind on his first batter. And he misses low ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk to Flores to start the bottom of the 7th.
So it's been pretty funny to watch these pitchers down here. Wheeler, from this angle, how fast he threw. I mean, he's got some real mustard on the ball.
Well, you can definitely tell velocity. The difference. We had 2 different type of pitchers. One throwing 87 in the Cubs starter, which was Travis Wood, and it's just the difference in Gary's favorite word is stark.
So now Tejada, who has had very little playing time since Flores has gotten the everyday job. We'll see if he's asked to bunt in this spot with Granderson and Murphy to follow. And set to swing. He takes it low. 5 in a row out of the strike zone from right. I guess the figuring here is you got 2 left-hand hitters up next against the left-hand pitcher, so let Tejada swing.
Yeah, interesting, though, that they brought Wright in to face Flores, and now Tejada, 2 right-handers. How far is he going to get before the left-handers come up? Might be second and third by then.
Tejada would take that.
Yeah,
but if he doesn't throw a strike, it might just be first and second.
I hear you. He's got a boatload of right-handers. Remember, they only got 4 guys on their bench. They're carrying extra pitchers, so they got a boatload of right-handers.
Only 2 lefties in that bullpen. Wright generally doesn't walk that many. 11 walks in 36 innings this year, but 6 straight out of the strike zone to start his stint. Flores no threat to run.
It was a hit and run last inning, we thought, with Lagares and Eric Campbell. Do they do it again?
Boy, can you do that, Ronnie, with a pitcher who's not throwing strikes?
You know, Wright's always been a guy that's thrown strikes, though. I know he's thrown 6 in a row, but it's not wild by nature.
The other side of the coin, Gary, is that he's a veteran and he's 2-0. He's going to throw a strike, but he didn't.
And he didn't, so good call.
This is not what you want from your relief pitcher coming in a 1-run ball game.
There's nobody up in the Cubs bullpen, although that looks like that might be about to change. Now Tejada will take one here. And Wright finally throws a strike after missing with 7 in a row.
Well, he's going to throw away here, and this is be smart. He's afraid to come in. He's not a hard thrower, even though if you're a hitter with some kind of pop, they're going to keep the ball away, and this is a perfect situational hit here. Big hole between first and second baseman. First and third with a base hit to right.
And Tejada takes it high, and Wright has issued back-to-back walks to start the home 7th. Second time tonight that a Cubs pitcher has walked the first 2 batters of an inning. Wood walked the first 2 in the 4th and paid for it when Campbell hit a 3-run homer. We'll see what Granderson can do with it. Chris Bosio, the Cubs pitching coach, will trek out to the mound.
Not much you can say after you bring a left-hander in to face Flores and Tejada. And he throws, walks the first 2. Muy malo. Could go out there with some anger.
So Bosio speaking his piece. Gives us a chance to take a look at our AT&T fan photo for tonight.
Well, another doozy.
I might be little, but I'm a huge Mets fan. It says it all. Beautiful. So a chance for Granderson to do some damage against the left-handers. 6 of Granderson's 15 home runs have come against lefties this year.
Would you bunt?
Yes,
I would.
I would
Really?
Too. Yes, I would.
Struggling at the plate, I would bunt.
Trying to add on runs, win a ball game.
I can't even imagine that that's going to happen.
No. I mean, if you're trying to add on runs,
if it's August and the stretch run and you're in the hunt, I'd put a bunt on.
You're right, Garrett. We saw it the other day with Lagares' bunting. I thought maybe let him swing the bat.
Yuji Fujikawa recently back from Tommy John surgery up in the Cubs bullpen. And Granderson takes the breaking ball off the plate. 1-1. Daniel Murphy on deck. Jerry's Familia gets up in the Mets bullpen, ready to pitch the 8th inning. 1-1 from right to Granderson, and he lifts one to left field. Pretty well hit, but playable for Coghlan. Tagging at second is Flores, trying to advance. Coghlan's throw, and he is out.
Oh boy.
Flores not a particularly fast runner. Play right in front of him, and Coghlan guns him down. Second outfield assist, double play for the Cubs tonight.
Well, if you're going to do this, you better get there. And the throw had to be perfect to get him. And give Coghlan credit. He got momentum coming forward with the throw. He had a chance to get under it. And, you know.
You're right, Keith. Coghlan anticipated that Flores might tag. And just
can't do that.
Anything that could have been might not be at all.
So now 2 out and a runner at first for Murphy, who singled to center his last time up and takes a breaking ball for a strike. Well, in the 6th inning, Campbell was on first. Mets had a hit and run play on. Lagares lined out to right, and Campbell was at third base when he got doubled off first. And here Flores trying to advance on a fly ball to the left fielder, and that didn't work.
You know, from where we sat here also, I mean, it was obvious off the bat that it was going to be a catch by Coghlan. Tejada could have went back to first base and tagged and been in scoring position with the play at third base.
If Tejada is paying attention, you look to the lead runner. If he's tagging up, and you know it's a fly ball, you can read it's going to be caught, then you got to get back and tag up too, be in scoring position.
Murphy tries to stop the swing and does so. Adrian Johnson with the call. 2-1.
Wesley Wright is trying to get through an inning without throwing a strike.
Well, he's living in it right now, let me tell you.
David Wright would be next, so this is probably Wright's last batter. He's not going to stay in to face David. And Murphy hooks one foul. In fact, in the Wright versus Wright matchup, David had a home run in his only career at bat against Wesley Wright. A great pitcher's duel tonight in Cleveland. One of the best lightly known pitchers in baseball, Corey Kluber, 7 2/3 scoreless for the Indians tonight. 10 strikeouts, 1-0 Indians in the 8th. Wei-Yin Chen pitching for the Orioles.
I have seen Kluber pitch a couple games, just briefly caught a couple innings. He's got a great curveball.
2-2 to Murphy, and he taps one right back to Wright. So Wesley Wright, living Wright, gets through the 7th inning despite a couple of walks. So poor Met base running, preventing a bigger inning. That takes us to the 8th. Familia will be coming on. 3-2 New York.
You should be.
will stay in and play shortstop after pinch hitting. And J. Reese Familia will face the heart of the Cubs batting order in the 8th.
Well, you see the numbers for Familia this year. They've been outstanding, of course. A couple of outings ago gave up that home run to Cabrera on a hanging slider, but that's not been a lot of that since the middle of May. But he's facing probably the best home run hitter of the Chicago Cubs.
That would be Anthony Rizzo, who tonight is 0 for 2 in a walk. He drove in a run with a ground out. For most of these Cubs hitters, this will be their first time facing Familia. Rizzo, Castro, and Castillo do. And Rizzo takes a fastball for a strike.
Rizzo was right next to us. He's built like a pulling guard. I mean, he is about as thick as you're going to see a player.
He got big legs.
Pedro Strop, 8th inning man for the Cubs, up in the bullpen.
Oh, there we go. We're used to seeing that every now and again. Familia can spike it, the best of them.
Look at Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire, is patting d'Arnaud. Thank you very much for protecting me.
Is that a changeup?
I don't know what it was, but d'Arnaud got enough of it to. It didn't hurt Gibson.
And that's a pitch we have not seen Familia throw very much. Ball and a strike to Rizzo. And he swings over that fastball. Good sink, 1-2.
You know, Gary, we were talking earlier with Black pitching that third of an inning. The way Vic has pitched, you know, Familia's had a couple days out there. I have no problem with Black going into the 8th inning and being the bridge to Mejia.
Struck him out. Familia takes care of Rizzo, 1 down in the 8th.
And Rizzo just didn't have a prayer there. Fastball down and away.
I don't know if you can see this on camera after that fastball. After he swung at that pitch, Rizzo looked at d'Arnaud and said, wow. Then he walked past Castro's, come to the plate, and he said, wow, again.
Never do that. Never.
I mean, 96 with that kind of sink.
But never give in to the pitcher. Never let the pitcher know.
Please.
Castro's 2 for 3 tonight. Drove in a run with a 3rd inning single. And he chases a slider with a wild cut. 12 strikeouts for Met pitchers tonight. Not unexpected the way the Cubs have been striking out all season. They've struck out over 1,000 times already, second most in the National League, and 77 in their last 7 games. And 12 more tonight. And quickly 0-2 on a couple of sliders.
Well, good scouting report. They know who the fastball hitters are. And you know what? It's a fastball hitter that wants to pull and hit a home run. If it's a fastball hitter that goes to right center field, hey, you may not want to throw that slider because he can adjust.
Strike 3 called. Castro never had a chance. Back-to-back strikeouts for Familia to start the 8th.
Wow. Well, it's a fastball right down the middle.
He's looking for a slider. Look at his back foot.
Just guessing slider in.
He was doing the Fred Astaire in the batter's box.
So here's Wellington Castillo, who's 1 for 2 and been hit by a pitch. Let's see if he has any better chance against Familia.
Castillo's been fishing at bad breaking balls too.
Well, after this half inning is over, we're going to collect you guys and bring you back up to the booth.
Well, it may not be so easy. Don't hold your breath.
He's not.
If you make it, that's great. If not, we'll carry on without you. We'll just move on. Slider for a strike, 1-1.
All I know is Keith's got his car keys on his lap. I don't know.
That's right.
I've never been this close this late to my car.
Easy way to beat the traffic and lose a paycheck. 1-1 to Castillo. Familia just totally nasty tonight.
Yeah, these guys look like they've never seen a major league slider in their life.
2 out and nobody on. 1-2 to Wellington Castillo. He lays off that slider. 2-2. Well, we've enjoyed hearing your perspective from down there, guys. I think it's really added a lot to have that different view of pitchers and hitters. And
we get to talk about the power arms from the booth. We got to witness the Mets power arms up close.
Full count to Castillo.
So these are the places that you get afraid is the wrong word, but because you weren't able to add on, you get to a 3-2 count. You've got to throw a strike. I think Familia's best pitch is a sinking fastball because it's hard to elevate that pitch. But you put yourself in a place that you're winning, but you can't make any mistakes.
3-2 coming. And it's low, ball 4. So after getting ahead 0-2, Familia loses Castillo to a walk. And now the tying run on base with 2 out. 5 walks issued by Met pitchers tonight. And now Arismendi. Alcantara will come to bat. Alcantara is 0 for 3, struck out, flied out, grounded out against Wheeler. Zach went 6 2/3, struck out 10. First Met pitcher to strike out double digits against the Cubs since
Doc
Nelson Figueroa.
Oh, Nelson.
2009.
Certainly wouldn't be Doc.
That was not the answer you were expecting, I know. Well, Familia all of a sudden not getting the bites as he keeps that ball low.
It's a nice move by Darno, though. Just relax.
Yeah.
Take it easy. Let's go back to how you threw the first 2 hitters.
He hasn't got a fluid motion, Ronnie, and that's part of his deception too. He hides the ball well, but he can rush it, and he's rushing right now.
Yeah, he kind of jumps at the hitter. Sometimes jumps a little too quick.
Alcantara swinging over the sinker. 1-1.
Boy, nice helping hand right there, huh? You're struggling to throw a strike. Go 2-0 here. Pitch not even close, and thank you very much.
That's deciding to swing before the pitch is thrown.
Everything is, yep.
Yeah.
That's called hitting 214 coming up to the plate. Everything looks fast.
A month in the big leagues for Alcantara at age 22.
The arm speed of Black and Wheeler and Familia is just off the hook.
Big right field line. Look at Granderson's way over in the gap. Wow. He pulls one. That's going to tie the ball game.
Popped up. Should be playable. Right coming down with Darno, and Darno makes the grab. Side retired. Jerry's Familia. A couple of strikeouts, gets through the 8th. To the bottom of the 8th we go. 3-2 New York. Come on back, guys.
Okay, we're coming again.
hits tonight, but the big one, a 3-run homer off the bat of Eric Campbell. That came in the 4th inning, and that's been enough so far. SNY's Super Slow Motion is brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealers. Visit them on the web at searchmercedes.com. Hard-throwing Pedro Strop will take over the pitching for the Cubs as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Strop's given up only 28 hits in 44 2/3 innings, and you see right-handers have had very little chance against him. The former Baltimore Oriole, now 29 years old, burst onto the scene with Baltimore last year. Heart of the batting order, David Wright leads off against Strop in the home 8th and takes a breaking ball for a strike. David is 0 for 2 and a walk tonight, so his 13-game hitting streak is on the line in what will probably be his final at bat of the night. Duda and d'Arnaud to follow. And the fastball off the plate, 1-1. Travis Wood went 5 1/3. How did you beat Ronnie back here?
We didn't. Ronnie had to do a red barber.
Gotcha. Usually that's a pregame. Young man. Fly ball hit to right. And Sweeney moves over. David Wright's been blank tonight. 1 out and nobody on in the home 8th.
Who was this in here pitching out?
That would be Pedro Strop.
Okay, thank you.
Here's Lucas Duda, who's 0 for 2 and a walk.
Well, how about Wesley Wright? He living in or what?
Well, you can say the same for Justin Grimm. I mean, each of the first 2 relief pitchers for the Cubs benefiting from some poor Mets base running. Henry Mejia getting ready for the 9th inning. Cubs will have the lower third of the order coming up. Sweeney, Valleca, and the pitcher spot due up. After Black and Familia got the big guys out. Duda takes a fastball for a strike. Lucas walked after Wright walked in the 4th inning, and they both came home in front of Campbell's home run, and that one swing has been enough for the Mets so far tonight. 3 outs to try and get Zach Wheeler a win. 1-1 to Duda. Ronnie has made it back.
Yeah. We're all here now, all present and accounted for. How'd you, Garrett?
It's very crowded in here now. I had all this space to myself.
Felt like the minor league days working alone.
Had my feet up. Well, tomorrow night we're on Pix 11, so our next SNY telecast will be tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon, Game 3 of the series. That'll be Rafael Montero against Jake Arrieta. 12:30 our coverage on Sunday afternoon on SNY. 2-1 from Strop, and Duda couldn't lay off the slider and went around 2-2. And I was thinking, because we had so much extra room in the booth with you guys downstairs, that maybe we'd take our statistician Dave Freed and put him on headset. But you know, the last time we tried that, he froze.
No, don't even think so. He's just Freed's a choker. He doesn't belong here.
But at least he's got his own bobblehead. Not too many statisticians can say that.
That's right.
Mets have already drawn 6 walks tonight. And Duda goes down swinging on the slider. So Strop has retired the first 2 in the bottom of the 8th.
He got right on a slider to ball to right field, and here a good down and in one to Duda. Hasn't been a whole lot of offense. 4 hits from both sides.
Darnell had a base hit back in the 2nd inning, 1 for 3 on the night. He got whacked on the elbow by an overswing. He got hit in the mask by a foul ball. You're a catcher, you take a beating all night long, and then you're expected to hit in the late innings. How do they do it?
They're tough.
Do you think Strop knows that his cap is not on straight?
Oh, I hate that look.
He just adjusted it.
Yeah, to the side.
It was too straight.
That and the flat bill, where you can fry your eggs on the bill of your hat.
Here's a strike, 2-1 to d'Arnaud. Game must look far away from up here now.
I'm trying to refocus.
I'm speechless. I'm telling you.
Up and into d'Arnaud. 3-1. Coming up tonight after the postgame show, it's Geico Sports Night with Chris Carlin. Are we going to the zoo? That would be cool. I love the zoo. I tried calling you, Chris. I must have the wrong number. And d'Arnaud takes a strike, 3-2.
I thought the other thing I didn't mention while we were down there is how into the game Greg Gibson, the home plate umpire, is. He's conversing and talking with the catchers and hitters, and gets about as low as any umpire is going to get. I mean, he's doing a full squat, what, 300 times tonight?
d'Arnaud tried to hold, and he stopped it in time. Gets the call from Phil Cuzzi, and the Mets have a 2-out base runner. 7th walk given up by Cubs pitching tonight.
Interesting, the veteran umpire Greg Gibson does not call the half swing. We've seen a lot of umpires now starting to call that from the home plate. He has asked every single time for help from his umpire mates, which I know the hitters would prefer.
So now it's Campbell who has the biggest swing of this game. His second major league home run, a 3-run shot in the 4th against Travis Wood. He's also flied out and walked tonight, 1 for 2. d'Arnaud at first and 2 out. And the slider in for a strike. First final of the night is in Detroit, where Seattle gets great pitching again and beats the Tigers 7-2. James Paxton got the win. Robinson Cano hit a home run. Another game where the Mariners give up 3 runs or less every day.
Dave Freed told me I was off. 278 squats for Gibson, not 300.
Yeah, that's a balk called on Strop. The home plate umpire Gibson called that, and d'Arnaud goes to second on the balk.
Well, he's done it a couple of times now, because what happens is when no one's on, he has this move where he never stops. And he didn't stop this time, and there's a guy on. You have to always stop.
And you're not allowed to argue a balk. So Rick Renteria doesn't even come all the way out.
That right there, see how it wasn't that he didn't stop. He kind of buckled that back leg because he didn't get the pitch he wanted called from the catcher. Obvious balk. Good call by Gibson. Watch that back leg. He wants to go. That's all you need. Just that little bit.
Started.
So now an insurance run in scoring position. And Campbell takes a knee-high strike with a slider, and it's 0-2. Well, the Mets went 0 for 17 in the series against the Nats with runners in scoring position. Campbell's home run came with a runner in scoring position, but he goes down swinging this time. Castillo slaps the tag on him, and that ends the inning. So Henry Mejia will come on for the 9th inning, trying to protect Zach Wheeler's 3-2 lead. Henry Mejia takes over to try and protect a 1-run lead in the 9th inning.
We see Henry's numbers, but didn't the Cubs strike out 16 times yesterday against the Brewers? Now that's 90 times in 8 games
with 1 more inning to play.
And not looking for another job.
And I heard some of the comments from the manager, and he said some interesting things. He said, well, we're striking out, but we've got to evaluate how we're striking out, because every strikeout is not the same. So that's a thought.
Okay.
You're striking out 15, 16, 13 out of 27. That's not good.
I think he was trying to say that you have to consider the quality of the pitcher, but when you're striking out against every pitcher,
it fires. He's been in the Bush Leagues all year. I know he's had 2 great starts, but I mean, the Bush Leagues.
Ryan Sweeney leads off in the 9th inning against Mejia. Mejia got an inning of work yesterday. He hadn't worked in 4 days with the calf and the hernia and whatever other ills. He's fine and showed it yesterday, throwing a 1-2-3-9 pitch inning, and now right back out there in a saved spot tonight. Sweeney 0 for 2 and a walk, and he takes his fastball for a strike, 1-1.
Henry has that little fastball with it's like a 4-seamer with the tiny cut against left-handed hitters. It starts just on that outside corner and stays true, and they take it every time.
So Chris Valaika on deck. Sweeney pulls 1 foul. 1-2. Zach Wheeler went 6 2/3, 2 runs, 4 hits, 4 walks, but 10 strikeouts. He's in line for his 8th win, as he was when he left his last start in Philadelphia, but the bullpen let it get away. But Vic Block's gotten a big out for him, and Jerry's Familia a scoreless 8th, and now Mejia trying to finish it off in the 9th. One and 2 to Sweeney. Missed away, 2-2.
That pitch almost looked like a changeup.
It did, didn't it? Nothing. Nothing was on it. It might have been. Everybody wants to throw the change.
2-2 coming. And that's a fastball outside, 3-2. Well, the last thing in the world Mejia can afford to do is walk the leadoff hitter in a 1-run game. Arizona held on to beat Miami 3-2 behind Trevor Cahill. All the runs in that game scored in the 1st inning. So the Diamondbacks even up that series at a game apiece after the Marlins came from behind last night. 3-2. Sweeney chops a foul. Neil Ramirez staying busy just in case the Cubs are able to come back. Tampa Bay shut out the Yankees 5-0 behind Alex Cobb. 5 straight losses now for the Yankees. Again the 3-2, and Sweeney cracks one to right center. Long run back for Lagares in the gap, and he gets there. He was playing over toward left center against Sweeney, and he went 1.5 miles to get it and made it look easy. What else is new?
Full focus on the top of your screen, and you'll pick up Lagares. You can run him down, boy.
I guess that's the amazing thing. He usually starts out of our screen and ends up in the screen making the catch.
Yep. He can cover out there.
Sweeney can't believe it. When that ball went off the bat, he was sure he had himself a double.
Too much airtime, young man. Not with that guy out there. You got to hit line drives.
So 1 out. Here's Valaika, who struck out twice and grounded into a double play, 0 for 3. Luis Valbuena on deck to pinch hit, and Mejia gets a first pitch strike. Well, it's not even close. I mean, you got a lot of good outfielders on that board, all pretty much bunched up, and then Lagares way out in front in putouts per 9 innings in the outfield.
But a lot of times it depends on your pitching staff. You haven't got Carlos Gomez in that group, and I think that he's the Gold Glover and probably be tough to dethrone. If you've got a sinker ball staff, you're going to get less fly balls. So I don't think that's a real true barometer.
It's just one statistic among many.
Oh.
Valleca forced to vacate.
Well, that'll get your attention. Oh, it was a slider. You saw the rotation on that, and it just didn't break.
One-two coming from Mejia, and Valleca stays in there and fouls it off.
I was thinking about that graphic. Foot outs. It's 3 outs almost a game. You know, I was thinking though, Keith, if you're a pitcher, who else would you want in center field in baseball?
I'm not saying anything negative. It's just he's one of the best I've ever laid my eyes on.
1-2. Just got a piece of that curveball. The Nationals leading the Pirates. It was 5-3 going to the ninth. Soriano's already given up a run. It's now 5-4.
That's how he rolls.
And the Pirates have first and third and 2 out. Mejia working hard against Valleca. Valleca fouls off another one. Tough at bat for Chris Valleca, making just his 5th start for the Cubs. Subbing for Valbuena, who's on deck to pinch hit. Again, the 1-2. Struck him out. 14 strikeouts for Met pitchers tonight. 3rd time that Valleca has gone down.
Well, this group can swing at some bad sliders.
So now the Cubs are down to their final out, and Luis Valbuena will be the pinch hitter. He's got power. Valbuena 1 for 14 though as a pinch hitter this year.
Another big swinger too, free swinger.
I always remember him getting big hits against the Mets though, since he's been in the big leagues as a Cubby.
And the curveball from Mejia sits up and away, ball 1. You know, there's been so much talk about Chris Bryant. The third base prospect for the Cubs has already hit 40 home runs in the minor leagues this year. And if you're Valbuena, you have to believe that your future will probably be elsewhere. 1-1.
Big cut on that fastball.
Nationals held on. Soriano got his 29th save, stranding the tying run at third. 4 straight wins for Washington.
Luckily, Matt Williams is bald, because he would be completely gray by now.
1-1. Going away to Valbuena, 2-1. You know, the Nats keep pulling further and further away. Looks like the Braves will keep pace tonight. They're up 7-2 on Oakland in the ninth. Washington already with a 6-game lead, their largest.
Jason Hamill's not pitched well in an Oakland uniform.
Nets will see the other party in that trade, Samardzija, when they go to Oakland. 2-1 coming. And Valbuena takes the backdoor breaking ball for a strike. 2-2.
Well, that's as good a pitch as you're going to see. 2-1 in a tight game. A little breaking ball right on the outside corner.
So now the Cubs are down to their final strike. 2-2. Fouled away.
Geez, big cut. He almost fell on his fanny on that swing, on the backswing. Watch this.
Knocked himself right in the foot.
He almost landed the dismount.
Stuck it. Two and two to Luis Valbuena. Rounded to the right side. Duda's got it, and the ball game is over. Henry Mejia with a 1-2-3 ninth inning. And the Mets behind a 3-run homer from Eric Campbell and Zach Wheeler's 5th consecutive victory take the opening game of the series from the Cubs 3-2.
Well pitched game by Zach Wheeler. Nice to see him get a win tonight. 6 2/3, couldn't get through 7, but 10 big punch outs in a game where Mets pitchers really dominated the Cubs hitters with their punch outs.
And Eric Campbell, the hero offensively for the Mets. Mets only got 4 hits tonight, and so the Cubs, you see right there. Wheeler evens his record finally. Remember, he at one point was 2-7. He's now, 8-8? And, of course, the home run by Campbell hasn't started in a while, been struggling. That was all the Mets needed. That was a 3-run shot.
Wheeler with his 3rd career double-digit strikeout game as the Mets take a 1-run win from the Cubs 3-2. For every Mets win, the Mets Foundation is proud to contribute $2,500 to the Cats Women's Hospital and the Cats Institute for Women's Health. For more information, visit northshorelij.com/KIWH. This win brings the total contribution so far this season to $145,000. Mets win 3-2 over the Cubs. We'll have more from Citi Field in just a moment.